Deadly mobile game. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 376. Sorry, it was unknown when these people came down to the second level of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth. Jin Ke obviously had not encountered them on the first level, but it was not surprising. There were many paths from the first level to the second level of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth, and they were constantly changing. Once you went deep into the labyrinth, the chance of meeting other people was very small. Even if it was Jin Ke, if the plugin had not deliberately led him here, he would not have found that someone was fighting a small boss here. Do you want me to steal the monster? How embarrassing. Jin Ke seemed to understand the plugin's mind. If he could successfully snatch this small boss, Jin Ke would be guaranteed to get a black liquid worm cyst. This saved a lot of trouble. If I don't rob them, I won't. I don't know these people. Even if I rob them, they won't know who I am. Even if they see my face, they will think I am Jimangan. If they want to hate someone, they should hate Jimangan. As the saying goes, the more debts you have, the less you worry. Jimangan will do all the bad things in the future. Anyway, Jimangan has enslaved the entire post station. I don't know how much those people in the post station hate him now. Jin Ke thought for a while and made a quick decision. In this game world where you can't stay in a hurry, improving your own strength is the kingly way. Hiss. The alien insect little boss made a hissing sound. The little boss is indeed a little boss. The hissing sound is different from the alien insect source body and elite alien insect. After hearing this hissing sound, the energy in Jin Ke's body was shaken and his eardrums were a little painful. This alien insect little boss is about 4 to 5 meters long. Its body is like a huge cobra, but it is very fat, with a big belly and a long tail. Its entire body is covered with thick scales formed by bone shells, and its tail is full of dark bone spurs. Although it is very fat, it moves very quickly. Its main attack method is no longer to attack with its claws, but to spit out some kind of black liquid from its mouth. After this black liquid comes out of its mouth, it immediately emits a thick black mist and an extremely unpleasant smell. A team of 6 people is forming a formation to fight it fiercely. After the detection plugin and the blood plugin are turned on, Jin Ke found that this team of 6 people, judging from the blood volume, is likely to be composed of 6 warriors with B-level strength. Among them, there are 2 tank professions, 1 warrior profession, and an assassin, a mage, and a shooter. This battle should have lasted for a long time. The blood volume of the alien insect's small boss is now less than 20%. Several places on the bone scales on its body have been pierced, and some kind of black liquid is flowing out. The situation on the hunting team is not optimistic either. The blood volume of the 2 tanks and the warrior is less than 30%, and the blood volume of the shooter, mage, and assassin is only half. Jin Ke decided not to attack for the time being, and wait until the health of the alien insect mini-boss drops below 5%, or even lower. The hunting team members obviously carried a lot of red potions. During the intervals between battles, 1 or 2 members always withdrew from the battlefield, took red potions to slowly restore their health, and then returned to the battle. The red potion is used up. One of the members said to the others, "Shit, I didn't expect that we were so well prepared, but in the end we still couldn't take down this bastard. We spent so much money, we can't just go back empty-handed. Let's work hard, maybe we can get it." "No, we will die if we continue to fight. Let's come back with more preparations next time." "It's not that easy to come in once," several people shouted, obviously unwilling to give up, and they argued about whether to persist. Just when the health of the alien insect mini-boss dropped to 10%, its body suddenly trembled, and its mouth opened wider and wider. "Oh no, it's going to launch a soul attack," the mage shouted, and then cast a freezing spell on the alien insect mini-boss. The Zerg mini-boss was frozen in place. The others fought desperately, reducing the health of the Zerg mini-boss to 9%. But the Zerg mini-boss soon freed itself from the frozen state. At the same time, it opened its mouth and let out a deafening scream. A ranged soul attack came out of its body and instantly killed the most low-health tank in the hunting team. The other tanks and the first battle were also left with only a trace of health. The mage, assassin, and Xue'er were also hit to low health. "Give up the mission. I'll cover you." "You guys scatter and escape." The only tank left in the hunting team, a middle-aged man in his 40s, shouted loudly. After releasing a certain skill, his health instantly increased to 30%. He smashed the Zerg mini-boss in front of him with 2 hammers in his hands. It was hit stiff for a moment and its body was knocked back 2 meters. The middle-aged man in his 40s was named Du Fialong, and he was the leader of this group of people. Snap! The tail of the Zerg mini-boss, which was full of bone spurs, suddenly swept across the tank. The tank turned around and moved a short distance to barely avoid the attack. The tail of the Zerg mini-boss swept across the pillar of the maze, breaking the pillar into several pieces. Jin couldn't help but be shocked. After entering the maze, he had fought next to these pillars many times and had studied them. They were all made of concrete mixed with some special alloy bars, which were extremely tough. He didn't expect that the tail attack of the Zerg mini-boss could easily break the pillars. These buildings and the maze seemed to have some kind of self-repair ability. The destroyed buildings were restored to their original state after the maze changed its position. The strength of the Zerg mini-boss is really terrible. I can't defeat it at all. Jin Ke felt a little regretful. Now the Zerg mini-boss still had 9% of its health. If he relied on his own strength, he might not be able to deal with it. After the Zerg mini-boss missed its first attack, it immediately rushed forward again, waving its claws and swinging at the tank. It seemed that after its health dropped to 10%, in addition to launching a powerful soul attack, it also changed its spray attack method to a claw attack. The power of its claw attack is not weaker than its spray attack, which can be inferred from the power of its tail just now. "Boss Du, be careful." Although Du Fialong asked the warrior, mage, archer and assassin to escape separately and he came to cover the rear, the others did not leave. It is not known whether they were worried about Du Fialong's safety or unwilling to give up the Zerg mini-boss. The Zerg mini-boss was extremely swift and kept chasing Du Fialong. While Du Fialong shouted for others to escape separately, he avoided the attack of the Zerg mini-boss by circling around the pillars and some stone tables, stone benches and other objects in the maze. Chapter 377, Running Out of Energy. Boom! Wherever the Zerg mini-boss passed, the stone tables and stone benches were all smashed into pieces, and the maze pillars were also broken into several pieces. Jin Ke soon discovered that this tank Du Fialong was very powerful. The pair of iron hammers in his hands were extremely brave, and he also had a skill that could add blood to himself. However, the cool-down time of this blood-adding skill was quite long. Not long after, he was beaten to a low health by the Zerg mini-boss. "Hurry up and save him." The mage and the shooter attacked the Zerg mini-boss from a distance again. They all had low health and did not dare to get too close. After the Zerg mini-boss's health dropped below 10%, it switched to physical attack mode, and its overall defense seemed to be greatly improved compared to before, which limited the damage caused by their attacks to it. "Run away. No one will survive if this goes on." Tank Du Fialong shouted to the others in despair. "We can't leave you alone." The others responded to Du Fialong, the master hiding behind the statue. "Can you show up and help? Kill this little boss and we can give you half of the reward." The mage in the hunting team suddenly shouted to Jin Ke, "I was discovered." Jin Ke hesitated for a moment, and finally showed up from behind the statue. In this situation, if he didn't help, these people would probably all die under the claws of the alien insect little boss. At that time, he would have no chance of winning against the alien insect little boss alone. This is a group of B-level warriors. You must be extremely careful when cooperating with them, and you must be careful not to kill them. First, work with them to knock down the little boss, and then consider how to snatch the black liquid insect sac. Although these people are all B-level strength, they are all exhausted. After killing the alien insect little boss, Jin Ke may not be at a disadvantage against them. They have no red medicine, but he has 2 super enhanced version of the vein sealing spirit and 10 bottles of super enhanced version of the fire bomb. Throw them out together, and they will be solved anyway. Of course, cooperation is the first step. If the other party keeps his word, everything will be fine. If he doesn't keep his word, He doesn't need to show mercy. It is estimated that it is difficult to meet someone who keeps his word in such an outdoor encounter, so he must be prepared at any time. After making the decision, Jin Ke rushed to the Zerg mini-boss, added a friendly mark to Du Feilong, and threw a fatal redemption at the Zerg mini-boss. At the same time, he threw a good and evil arbitration at Du Feilong and the Zerg mini-boss, raising Du Feilong's health a little. It's actually a support mage. The hunting team was overjoyed and immediately gathered together and started to attack the Zerg mini-boss again. Although the health added by Jin Ke's fatal redemption and good and evil arbitration is very small for these B-level warriors, the difference between Du Feilong's team and the Zerg mini-boss is just this little bit of health. With the HP Jin Ke gave Du Feilong, and Du Feilong's own HP recovery skills, Du Feilong's team and the Zerg mini-boss were balanced again. The mage and the shooter were desperately attacking the Zerg mini-boss. The assassin had 2 displacement skills. Every time the displacement skill cooled down, he would rush to the Zerg mini-boss to attack once, and then use another displacement skill to escape, not letting the Zerg mini-boss have a chance to attack him. You are a support mage. Why did you come to the second floor of the maze alone? It seems your basic attributes are not very high. The mage chatted with Jin Ke while fighting. Jin Ke didn't add much HP to the tank, and the damage he caused to the Zerg mini-boss was not great. In the eyes of the mage, Jin Ke was at most C level, more like D level. The question is, how dare a D level warrior come to the second floor of the Dongling Mountain maze? And alone? My level is really low. I followed a large team and hid behind to act as an assistant. Unfortunately, all my teammates died. I was lucky enough to survive in the maze. I heard the fighting here and came over. Jin Ke made up polite to answer the mage. Why are you wearing a mask? The mage continued to chat with Jin Ke. The mage's name was Yun Zongshu, who was handsome and elegant. For an old fox like him, the purpose of talking to Jin Ke was obvious. He would judge Jin Ke's character based on what Jin Ke said to see if he was worth using. At the same time, he also had to analyze Jin Ke's purpose and determine the response strategy after defeating the small boss. I'm afraid that taking it off will affect your battle. If you look at me, all of your attention will be on me. I'm afraid you'll be dead then. Jin Ke had already seen Ji Mengen's power. No matter who saw his face, they would be scared and step back or even fall to the ground. In such a tense battle moment, if these people were scared, they would probably be wiped out in just a moment. At least now Jin Ke didn't want them to be wiped out. Damn, you don't mean to say that you are very handsome, more handsome than me? Yun Zongshu obviously misunderstood Jin Ke's meaning. Hehe, you will regret meeting me after you see me take off my mask. If we stand side by side, no one will think you are handsome. In the future, they will have nightmares when they think of you. Jin Ke answered Yun Zongshu. Of course Jin Ke didn't lie. When the two stood together, they would think of Ji Mengen when they saw Yun Zongshu in the future. It would be strange if they didn't have nightmares when they thought of Ji Mengen. Haha, the thing that I, Yun, am most confident in my life is my face. Is there anyone who is more handsome than me? When the battle is over, you must take off your mask and compare with me. Yun Zongshu looked unconvinced. Yes, is there anyone in the world more handsome than our brother Yun? After the battle is over, you must let us see how handsome you are. The archer and the warrior also looked unconvinced. No problem, Jin Ke agreed. By the way, I haven't asked you your name yet. Yun Zongshu asked Jin Ke again. Ji Mengen. Jin Ke reported the name of this face. Well, from the name, he is indeed a handsome guy. I really look forward to seeing how handsome he looks. Yun Zongshu nodded. Yun Zongshu originally wanted to test Jin Ke's situation through chatting, but the topic was directly diverted. After the topic was diverted, it was difficult to talk back. While everyone was chatting, they didn't dare to stop. Although Jin Ke's death charge, as long as death cut hits the energy node behind the Zerg mini-boss, the cooldown of all skills can be refreshed. But Jin Ke did not do so. He just followed the cooling time of arbitration of good and evil and released the skill again to heal Du Feilong after arbitration of good and evil cooled down. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel. Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story, and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 378. Don't Let It Run Away. In addition, Jink's roar can shock the souls of alien insects. Although Jink has never tried to kill the alien insect's small boss, he estimates that his roar should make the alien insect's small boss stiff for a moment, which is more conducive to the hunting of the alien insect's small boss. However, he is not prepared to do so. Firstly, he found that everything he has done now can maintain the balance between Du Fialong's team and the alien insect's small boss. Secondly, he must hide his strength. Although this group of people are very enthusiastic about him now and say that they will share the reward of killing the small boss with him 50-50, who knows whether they will break the contract by force after the fight is over. If that happens, Jink will definitely take advantage of their current situation of low health, catch them off guard, kill them all on the spot, and forcibly take away all the rewards. Meteor Hammer, Du Fialong shouted, and the two hammers in his hands, with two huge energy after images, suddenly smashed on the forehead of the alien insect boss, causing the alien insect boss to scream. A crack was smashed in the skull, and some black liquid seeped out from it. The alien insect boss's body spun rapidly, and its tail whipped Du Fialong's body as fast as lightning, hitting Du Fialong again to a low health. Fortunately, Jink threw arbitration of good and evil over. Du Fialong already had 5 marks on his body. This time, the arbitration of good and evil helped him recover nearly 1/10 of his health, pulled him back from the brink of life and death. The support is not bad. I thought it was not good before. I didn't expect it to increase more each time. The Mei Jun Zongshu looked at Jink in surprise. He has a superimposed mark on me. Every time it is superimposed, the power of the treatment increases a lot, and his treatment of me can also cause poisoning damage to the small boss at the same time. Tank Du Fialong answered the Mei Jun Zongshu. While the head of the alien worm small boss was cracked, the archer in the hunting team kept pulling the bowstring and shooting at the wound on the forehead of the alien worm small boss. Occasionally, he would charge and release skills to shoot a series of arrows, causing strong damage to the alien worm small boss. The Major also threw fireballs at the alien worm small boss. Under the siege of everyone, the blood volume of the alien worm small boss became lower and lower, and was finally beaten to only 1% left. What the hunting team did not expect was that the alien worm small boss launched another soul attack, and after slamming its tail, it turned around and fled to the depths of the maze. Fuck, don't let it run away. The members of the hunting team were furious. If the alien worm small boss ran away, their work today would be in vain, and a companion would die. Although the Zerg mini-boss was at low health, its movement speed was not affected at all. It disappeared from everyone's sight in a short while. Jink's plugin and his wolf scent tracking skill locked the direction of the Zerg mini-boss's escape in a timely manner. Great, we don't have to share 50% with them. Taking advantage of the opportunity that the others chased in the wrong direction and went to the other side, Jin quietly separated from them and followed the direction locked by the skills and plugin to chase the direction where the Zerg mini-boss escaped. You know, this Zerg mini-boss can mean a complete black liquid worm cyst, or even a dose of soul-breaking potion that can help him open up his 4th profession. We didn't find the mini-boss. We lost it. That auxiliary didn't catch up. Doesn't this auxiliary have marking and tracking skills? The shooter looked in the direction where Jink disappeared. Fuck, let's catch up. Don't let him get the advantage. The assassin looked unhappy. Indeed, that guy had been hiding and didn't come out before, waiting for us to fight to the point where both of us were injured, and then he would snatch the fruits of our victory. The soldier was also very angry. Don't say that. It was very dangerous just now, and he saved us. Otherwise we might all be lying on the ground now. Du Fialong didn't agree with what several people said. At that time, they had given up. Although they gave up, the alien insect boss didn't seem to be ready to let them go. At least Du Fialong had no chance to escape, and he might die there. It was the Mei Jun Zongshu who shouted, and Ji Mengan came out of his hiding place to help them stabilize the situation. No matter what his teammates thought, Du Fialong still felt that Jink saved his life. At this moment, A tragic howl of the alien insect boss came from somewhere deep in the maze. The Zerg mini-boss was killed. That assistant can use poison. It only has 1% of its health left. It is very likely that the Zerg mini-boss was poisoned to death. Let's go over there quickly. Maybe we can get the materials from the body. The hunting team immediately chased to the depths of the maze, where the Zerg mini-boss had just let out a terrible howl. Finally done. Jin Ke looked at the body of the Zerg mini-boss in front of him, but he was a little troubled. He originally didn't want to end the Zerg mini-boss here, but after he chased it for a while, the Zerg mini-boss found that he was the only one chasing it, and suddenly stopped running and turned around to attack Jin Ke. Jin Ke had no choice but to output with full firepower. Looking at the health, he threw a super enhanced version of the fire bomb, and finally knocked it down here. Jin Ke's dissection skill has now reached level 7, which is just enough to dissect the body of the Zerg mini-boss, but dissection takes a lot of time. The corpses that can be dissected with level 7 dissection skills are all high-level corpses, which take at least half an hour. The tragic howl of the Zerg mini-boss before dying would surely reach the ears of the hunting team. If they followed along and Jin Ke was dissecting, he might be attacked by them. The Zerg mini-boss was so big that Jin Ke's storage ring and storage bracelet could barely hold everything unless he threw away most of the things. But the things inside were very valuable, and it would definitely be uneconomical to just throw them away, and it would even be a loss-making business. It seemed that he would either have a bloody battle with this hunting team, or negotiate terms and divide the materials in the body of the Zerg mini-boss. Jin Ke had already obtained 70,000 to 80,000 energy points that escaped when the Zerg mini-boss died. He earned back the cost of the fire bomb and had more than 40,000 energy points. It would not be a loss to take away the black liquid worm sack. After all, the Zerg mini-boss was killed by the hunting team with only 1% of its health, so he got this bargain. Moreover, Jin Ke did not think he had enough confidence to kill all the members of the hunting team. Although they were at low health, they were all B-level warriors, and each of them had the ability to drag Jin Ke down with them before dying. They soon caught up with him, and he could only wait for them to come over, and then respond to all changes with the same attitude. If we can talk, then talk. If we can't talk, then we have to fight. The panting members of the hunting team came over 2 minutes later and looked at Jin Ke and the small alien insect boss on the ground beside him. Chapter 379 Negotiation. Boy, you've taken all the energy points. You've taken advantage of us. The body of this little alien worm boss belongs to us. The assassin in the hunting team came over and said to Jin Ke, showing the weapon in his hand. The assassin profession is the nemesis of the mage profession, not to mention that Jin Ke is a supporting mage. The assassin's intention of showing his weapon just now is very clear, meaning that if you don't want to die, do as I say. Although their hunting team lost a tank and the survivors were left with low health, the professional combination is very reasonable, and there are many people, so anyone can kill an auxiliary. What's more, Jin Ke looks very low in attributes and his strength should not be very good. Without me, you would have been dead just now. Your mage said that it was a 50-50 split, so I came out to help. A total of more than 70,000 energy points exploded just now, and I can give you 40,000 points. However, I must choose one material from the corpse first, and the rest will be all yours. Jin Ke answered the assassin. Do you believe that I can kill you in one move? If you die, can we still be even? The assassin had a playful expression on his face, ready to rush over and kill Jin Ke with his displacement skills. Not keeping your word? Jin Ke frowned. His health plugin has detected that these people's health is only a few thousand. If the other party turns hostile, he will immediately enter the shadow of death, and then throw 2 super enhanced fire bombs. No, to be on the safe side, throw 4 at the same time to make all disputes disappear immediately. Of course, there are also great risks. After all, the strong who can get to B level have their own unique skills. What if they have some heaven-defying treasures that can resist the fire bombs, and 1 or 2 survive? Jin Ke will have to find a way to escape. In Jin Ke's opinion, one person can cover the teammate without caring about his own life and death, and 2 people with low health do not run away but think about saving the teammate who covers the team. The character of this team should not be very bad, and there should be a possibility of negotiation. But after all, It is a whole team, and the possibility of 1 or 2 villains cannot be ruled out. If we can talk, we will talk. For Jin Ke, the only useful thing about this alien worm boss is the black liquid worm sac. Other things are meaningless. At most, they can only be exchanged for some energy points. Meng Xin, he saved our lives. You can't do this. If he wants to take a material, let him take it first. Du Fialong stopped the assassin Meng Xin. We can't let him choose. We can only give him one of the remaining materials. What if he chooses what we want? Wouldn't we have worked in vain? The assassin Meng Xin answered Du Fialong while playing with the dagger in his hand. We killed the little boss and gave him the energy points. He has already taken a big advantage. It is very kind to give him one of the remaining materials. The warrior Wei Wei agreed with the assassin's statement. No, I will choose one first, and the rest is yours. Jin Ke shook his head. It seems that among this group of people, the warriors and assassins are not very good. The tank has good luck. The mage and the shooter have not spoken yet. You really don't know what's good for you. I'm already the greatest mercy to give you one. It seems that you force me to do it. The assassin Meng Xin suddenly released a displacement skill towards Jin Ke's location. Stop! Du Fialong yelled at Meng Xin, but it was too late. The flash of the knife. Meng Xin's body turned into a light and shadow, rushed behind Jin Ke, and stabbed the back of Jin Ke's head with the short knife in his hand, apparently wanting to kill Jin Ke with one blow. Meng Xin is killing him. That kid is dead. Meng Xin will kill all mages with one move. Warrior Wei Wei and Archer He Ni watched the scene here, with a little sympathy for Jin Ke in their eyes. Meng Xin was their teammate, and killing Jin Ke was also for the team to gain more benefits, so of course they would not stop it. Mage Yun Zongshu quickly tried to freeze Meng Xin, but unfortunately he was in the teammate state, and his control spells could not be released on his teammates. Under normal circumstances, Meng Xin's attack was against the supportive mage, and a low-level mage at that, so the opponent would definitely not be able to fight back. But he obviously didn't know that Jin Ke was not only a mage, but also an assassin. Almost at the same time as Meng Xin rushed over, Jin Ke threw a green mist over his head, and sent out an energy wave in his hand. Jin Ke did not throw a friendly mark on Meng Xin, and these attacks effectively killed Meng Xin. However, Meng Xin had already taken precautions against this, and immediately used a dispel skill and a purification skill to dispel the green mist, and at the same time removed the poisoning debuff. While dispersing and purifying, Meng Xin suddenly stabbed Jin Ke's back of the head with the dagger in his hand. What he didn't expect was that Jin Ke in front of him suddenly disappeared. The next moment, a '30 damage value appeared above his head, and then a bleeding debuff appeared. What's going on? Meng Xin frowned. Wasn't the opponent a supportive mage? The super powerful critical hit on his back just now was clearly something that only assassins could do. Stop, stop. Du Fialong rushed over to stop the two, but he couldn't do anything. Meng Xin had no intention of stopping at all. He turned around in great anger, released a control skill, and stabbed Jin Ke behind him with the dagger in his hand. But his control skill didn't work, and his attack was in vain again, because Jin Ke disappeared from his sight again and appeared behind him. A damage value of more than 4,000 points appeared above Meng Xin's head, a rune-type spell lightning attack that ignores defense. Meng Xin's blood was drained, and he fell to the ground with an expression of disbelief. He didn't even know how he died. He killed Meng Xin. Archer He Ni picked up the crossbow and pointed it at Jin Ke. Du Fialong rushed to the muzzle of He Ni's crossbow and stopped the archer. I said stop. Didn't anyone hear me? Are you trying to force me to do it? Du Fialong yelled, looking very angry. He killed Meng Xin. The soldier Wei Wei reminded Du Fialong. Meng Xin started it first. Du Fialong replied to Wei Wei. We have more people, so what if we kill him? He Ni said to Du Fialong unconvinced. Are you men? People should be honest. We promised something, but we went back on our word. Isn't it shameful? Du Fialong corrected He Ni. He left the team and stood in front of Jin Ke, with his back to Jin Ke to prevent the other three teammates from doing anything rash. Well, at least listen to what materials he wants to take away first. Yun Zongshu also left the team and advised the soldiers and shooters. It was he who promised to call Jin Ke out 50-50, and it was really boring to go back on his word. Chapter 380 Handsomeness is a power. In addition, we also need to see Ji Mengen's attitude and see what he wants to take away. If it is not what they want, everything is fine. However, Yun Zongshu saw one thing very clearly. This Ji Mengen is very likely a hidden master. Maybe he is not with the team at all, but relies on his own ability to solo in the Dongling Mountain Maze. I don't know what happened just now under the cover of the green fog, but one thing is certain, Meng Xin, who has at least 2,000 horsepower, wanted to kill Ji Mengen in seconds, but was killed by Ji Mengen instead, which proves that the other party is not a simple character. If they really fight, they may not necessarily get the upper hand with more people. Humphrey, let him go for now, you ungrateful kid. Shooter, he cursed, and the tank and the mage withdrew from the team, clearly wanting to protect Ji Mengen. There is no point in him insisting. I apologize to you for their behavior and words. Du Fialong turned around and said to Jin Ke, unlike Yun Zongshu who was analyzing the interests in his heart, Du Fialong's apology was very sincere. He was really grateful to Jin Ke for saving his life. In this case, it would be too embarrassing for them to go back on their words. No problem. Jin Ke saw Du Fialong's performance and knew that he was a man of great integrity. Just now, Du Fialong even turned his back to him, which also showed that he was very open-minded. Such a person is worth making friends with, and it is better not to turn against him if you can. Handsome boy, what materials do you want to take away? Let's talk about it. Maybe we can satisfy both parties. Yun Zongshu asked Jin Ke with a smile. I want to take its black liquid worm cysts. Jin Ke estimated that the other party might also come for this thing, and it might be difficult to reach an agreement on this matter, but he had to try to talk about it first. What do you want this thing for? Yun Zongshu looked surprised. Of course I have my own use. I will only take the black liquid worm sac and give you 40,000 energy points. The rest are all yours. This is my bottom line. There is no room for negotiation. Jin Ke proposed to Yun Zongshu very firmly. No problem. You take the black liquid worm sac, and we don't want the 40,000 energy points. Du Fialong agreed immediately. Warrior Wei Wei and Archer He Ni were also a little surprised after hearing Jin Ke's conditions, but they did not raise any objections. The tense mood just now also eased, from their expressions. Their purpose is not the black liquid worm sac of the alien insect mini-boss. Then what important things do they want to collect? Alien insect meat? Insect bones? It shouldn't be worth much, right? It's agreed that you take the black liquid worm sac and you don't have to share the energy points with us, but you can't take anything else. It's settled, right? Mage Yun Zongshu also breathed a sigh of relief and confirmed with Jin Ke again. Yes, Jin Ke nodded. That's fine. Although the black liquid worm cysts are valuable, we didn't come here for them. This result is a happy ending for everyone. Yun Zongshu nodded. In that case, I will start dissecting the cysts, except for Brother Du. I hope everyone else will stay away. Jin Ke looked at Du Fialong. You can join the team. Du Fialong thought about it and proposed to Jin Ke. He reorganized the team, established a team contract, and invited Jin Ke after adding other people. The team contract stated that it was not allowed to attack companions, not allowed to leave the team without permission within 15 minutes after joining, and not allowed to attack team members within 1 day after leaving the team. After Jin Ke joined the team, he didn't have to worry about being attacked by these people. What is your level of dissection? Yun Zongshu asked Jin Ke. LV7. Okay, LV7 is enough. You must be careful not to destroy other things dissected. Some things that are useless to you are very useful to us. Yun Zongshu proposed to Jin Ke. Don't worry, I won't do anything that is not good for me, or that harms others and does not benefit myself. Jin Ke nodded. By the way, I have another condition. You must agree to it. Yun Zongshu stopped Jin Ke again in a serious tone. What condition? Jin Ke frowned. Is this man done yet? Take off the mask. I want to compete with you to see who is more handsome. This is what you promised before. Otherwise, even if I die, I will not let you take anything. This is also my bottom line, Yun Zongshu said in a very firm tone. The others laughed, and the originally serious atmosphere at the scene suddenly became relaxed. Their team was going to capture a copy that was vital to their lives and very important, But to pass that copy, they needed the poison sac of the alien worm mini-boss, which was something in the belly of the alien worm mini-boss. It did not conflict with the black liquid worm sac in the brain of the alien worm mini-boss that Jin Ke wanted, so they let down their guard against Jin Ke. Jin Ke killed their companion Meng Xin, and there was nothing they could do about it. They could not blame Jin Ke, facing the attack of an assassin like Meng Xin. Unless you knock him down, you will die. Okay, but you have to turn around and let them look at me first and give me a score to see whether you are more handsome or I am more handsome. Before they give the score, you are not allowed to look back at me. Jin Ke proposed to Yun Zongshu. This group of B-level strongmen do not seem to be of bad character and are worth making friends with. Okay, I'll bear with it first. Yun Zongshu turned his back. Du Feilong, the soldier Wei Wei, and the archer He Ni all looked at Ji Mengnan, who was wearing a big mask, with a curious look on their faces, wanting to see the face under his mask, to see how handsome he was. Handsomeness is sometimes a kind of power, which can shock people's hearts and make people breathless the moment they see it. If you are shocked, please give me a thumbs up, Jin Ke said to the three before removing the mask. No problem. Du Feilong and others looked playful. Well, I agree with what Brother Ji said. Being handsome is indeed a kind of power that can make many beautiful women fall in love with you. But I don't think you are more handsome than me. Yun Zongyi turned his back to Jin Ke and said in a very unconvinced tone. Du Feilong and the other two were even more curious about how handsome Ji Mengnan was. Finally, Jin Ke took off his mask and showed Ji Mengnan's true face to Du Feilong and the other two. Damn, amazing, amazing. The three of them made various exclamations, as if they were hit by an energy wave, with extremely shocked expressions on their faces, and then unconsciously took a few steps back, and even almost fell to the ground. How handsome is he? Do you think he is that handsome? After seeing the expressions and performances of the three people, Yun Zongshu estimated that he was probably going to lose. Chapter 381, Ugly, Handsome, so handsome, the most handsome man in the world. If Brother Yun gives him a score of 9, Brother Ji should give him a score of 12. Du Feilong was extremely shocked and gave Jin Ke a thumbs up. He is indeed handsome enough. You will never forget his handsomeness after seeing him once. The soldier Wei Wei tried to hold back his vomiting expression and gave Jin Ke a thumbs up. I am really ignorant. I never thought that a person could be so handsome. There are always people who are better than you, and there are always things that are better than you. The archer He Ni also expressed his opinion. The most handsome man in the world. Brother Yun has to stand aside. Du Feilong added a few more words. It looks like I am going to lose. Brother Ji, can you let me turn around and take a look? Let me see what the most handsome man in the world looks like. Yun Zongshu looked very depressed. He is so handsome, so delicate. You have to appreciate him face to face from a close distance, otherwise you can't tell. Wei Wei, He Ni and others had bad intentions. Du Feilong even walked behind Jin Ke and pushed him behind Yun Zongshu. Yun Zongshu turned around and looked into Ji Mengnan's eyes. Fuck. Yun Zongshu screamed miserably. He instinctively wanted to retreat, but was stopped by Wei Wei and He Ni. He had to look into Ji Mengnan's face for a long time. Not as handsome as me? Jin Ke laughed. Brother Ji is so handsome. He is beyond human imagination. Yun, admit defeat. Yun Zongshu burst into tears. The 10 seconds of close eye contact was a lifetime psychological shadow. He finally understood why Ji Mengnan said that he couldn't take off the mask when fighting monsters. If they really took it off, they would be wiped out if they accidentally saw Ji Mengnan. Jin Ke now deeply suspected that the nightmare mask was not only visually impactful, but also had a mental deterrent effect. Anyway, no matter who saw Ji Mengnan's face, they would be stiff for a moment or even have the additional effect of knockback. I wonder if it will work in actual combat? If it works, then Ji Mengnan can kill people with his face. I have only heard that you can roll the keyboard with your face in the game before, but now you can kill people with your face. The development of the game industry is really changing with each passing day. Ji Mengnan's contribution to the game industry can be recorded in the annals of history. After the competition of who is more handsome, of course, they started to dissect the alien insect small boss. Everyone has joined the team, and it is impossible to quit the team and plot secretly, so Jin Ke is very relieved to dissect the alien insect's small boss. Soon he understood why he only took away the black liquid insect cysts. After hearing this, these people all relaxed and retreated their hostility towards him. The alien insect's small boss is really a treasure trove. Its bones, meat, and claws have all reached the level of C or above, and its tail has reached the level of B. It is also an important material for making B-level purple weapons. In addition, poison sacs, poison tendons, poison blood, poison gallbladder and other things were dissected out of its body, which all look very valuable. After the dissection, Jin Ke's dissection skills were upgraded from LV7 to LV8. In addition to the black liquid worm cysts that were dissected out of the alien insect mini-boss's head, a black crystal also appeared. After touching the black crystal, it was discovered that it was a passive skill that could be learned. The name of the skill crystal is Ugly Beyond Humankind. Ugly Beyond Humankind. Passive skill. Each time you scare someone to tears, you will increase your ugliness by 1 point. Once your ugliness is among the top 10 in the universe, you will be awarded the title of candidate for the Ugly God. Once your ugliness reaches the first place in the universe and your energy cultivation reaches the second level, you will be teleported to the Keza Temple and ascend to the throne of Ugly God. Skill requirements: you must be a normal human with unmutated DNA and no soul parasites in your body. After checking the description of this black crystal, Du Fialong, Yun Zongshu and others laughed so hard that they even rolled on the ground. Brother G, this skill is tailor-made for you. It's not fair to only give you the black liquid worm cysts, as we agreed on a 50-50 split. I'll give you this skill as well. Yun Zongshu mentioned it to Jin Ke. Of course, no one else had any objections. Who wants to be ugly beyond humankind? The name alone is scary enough. Okay, Jin Ke didn't care. Ji Mengan was already ugly enough. How could she be uglier? When Jin Ke picked up the black crystal and prepared to put it away, he didn't expect that he would automatically learn this skill without confirmation a few seconds after he got it. Congratulations on awakening the passive skill, Ugly as Hell. Congratulations on your ugliness ranking among the top 10 humans in the universe, and you have won the title of candidate for the Ugly God. Nightmare mask detected. Congratulations on your ugliness ranking first among humans in the universe. The first level of energy cultivation has been detected. If your energy cultivation reaches the second level, you will be teleported to the Keza Temple and ascend to the throne of Ugly God. Please keep working hard. After accidentally learning the Ugly as Hell skill, Jin couldn't help but be shocked. Could he have become ugly too? Now in front of so many people, it was not easy to take off the mask and find a place to look in the mirror. Probably not. After putting on the nightmare mask and choosing this face, he became Ji Mengan. Being extremely ugly is also Ji Mengan's business, and it should have nothing to do with him. Damn, it's so ugly. It's so ugly. After Ji Mengan learned the skill of ugly extremely, Yun Zongshu looked at Ji Mengan again and burst into tears. Successfully scared one person to tears, and the ugliness value increased by 1 point. No, I don't want to live after looking at you. Du Fialong also cried. Successfully scared one person to tears, and the ugliness value increased by 1 point. Why should I look at you? I want to commit suicide. Don't stop me. He Ni also cried. Successfully scared one person to tears, and the ugliness value increased by 1 point. It's over. I feel like I'm going insane. Wei Wei also cried. Successfully scared one person to tears, and the ugliness value increased by 1 point. Do you really want to? No matter how ugly a person is, can he be so ugly that he makes you cry? Jin thought that these people were exaggerating. Brother G, take a look in the mirror. Yun Zongshu always carried a mirror with him when he went out. He took one out of his storage bracelet and handed it to Jin Ke while shielding his eyes with his hand. He couldn't look at this Brother G anymore. He would cry again if he looked at him again. Damn, this ugliness is too abstruse and fresh. Jin couldn't help but burst into tears when he looked at Ji Mengan in the mirror. He quickly put away the mirror to prevent himself from crying. Sure enough, ugly enough to cry is not a joke. If a person is too ugly, like Ji Mengan, it will really make people cry. What the hell is that Xue'er temple? If the energy is cultivated to the second level, you can be teleported to the Xue'er temple. Ascend the throne of Ugly God. Chapter 382. No way to escape. Although the name of this god is not nice, he is still a god after all. I wonder if there will be a significant improvement in strength after ascending the throne of the ugly god. If so, Jin Ke must advance himself to the second level of energy cultivation as soon as possible, and then help his face Jimengen ascend the throne of the ugly god. There may be unexpected surprises. After dividing the spoils, Du Fialong and others are leaving. Their goal is the poison sac of the alien insect mini-boss. With this thing, they can go to the dungeon they want to attack. Hearing that Jimengen is going to continue exploring the Dongling mountain maze, everyone felt a little surprised, but not too surprised. However, they are more convinced that Jimengen is a hidden master. Brother Ji, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for saving our lives at the critical moment. I owe you this favor and will definitely repay you when I have the chance. By the way, take this communicator. If we are not too far away, you can use this communicator to contact me. Du Fialong was still very grateful to Jin Ke and gave Jin Ke a communicator that looked very high-tech. Brother Ji, I will see you later. Indefinitely. Don't blame me, I really want to live a few more years. Yun Zongshu said goodbye to Jin Ke with his eyes covered, as if he was worried that ugliness was a virus that would be contagious after seeing it. Brother Ji, although we have been together for a short time, the memory is deep. We will always remember you and hope that we will not meet again in the future. Wei Wei and He also said goodbye to Jin Ke. I will often see you in your dreams. Jin Ke answered everyone with a smile. That must be a nightmare. Everyone sighed, and after a while of laughter, of course, they said that what they said just now was a joke, asking Jimengen to be strong and not to feel inferior because of her appearance. Men rely on their strength, not their appearance. Du Fialong's last words before leaving were very powerful. After separating from Du Fialong's team, Jin Ke continued his exploration of the third level of the Dongling mountain maze. The space of the third level maze is very high, so high that the top is almost invisible. Looking up, it is all gray, and it feels like walking in the wild at dusk. In the Dongling mountain maze, each level is not a staircase, but a portal. After seeing the situation on the third level, Jin Ke felt more and more that this maze was not an underground building. Each level of it is likely to be a separate area, just connected to the previous level by a portal. There are many tall buildings on the ground on the third level, but they have collapsed. The style is very much like the ruins of ancient civilization. The smooth progress of the first and second levels, coupled with the help of the plug-in, made Jin Ke feel that the Dongling mountain maze is just like this. Soon Jin Ke paid the price for this misunderstanding. Although the cheat has tried its best to help Jin Ke avoid most of the dangerous places, the further down the Dongling mountain maze goes, the more dangerous it becomes. There are already alien insect bosses on the third floor. Unfortunately, an alien insect boss has set his sights on Jin Ke. The most fatal thing is that this alien insect boss can fly. It has a wingspan of more than 10 meters. It swoops down from the gray sky and launches some kind of wind energy bomb at Jin Ke on the ground. When it gets close, it is found to be a series of rotating wind blades. Jin Ke detects its health. Wow, more than 200,000. The super enhanced version of the fire bomb is not enough. With Jin Ke's thin armor and health, he can only use the rolling assault, death shadow and death charge skills to dodge. Otherwise, once hit by the energy wind blade, he will be killed instantly. Fortunately, the flying alien insect boss has a certain interval between attacks, and the flying speed of the wind blade is not too fast, which is enough for Jin Ke to react. Fortunately, the cool-down time of the shooter skill tumbling assault is relatively short. If Jin Ke relied on death shadow and death charge alone, he would be dead. Every time the Zerg boss fired a wind blade, Jin Ke would roll and attack, barely avoiding the wind blade's attack. Jin Ke roared at the Zerg boss, but the effect was very limited. It was obvious that his soul power was not enough to restrain the Zerg boss. The damage of Jin Ke's shooting after tumbling assault to the Zerg boss was very limited. From the blood volume detection, the blood recovery of this Zerg was not slow, and Jin Ke's attack damage could not keep up with its blood recovery speed. The plug-in urgently planned a suitable escape route for Jin Ke, trying to avoid other Zergs on the third floor. But this was not a solution. The speed of replenishing the energy core by pinching the hand could not keep up with the speed of skill consumption. Sooner or later, Jin Ke's energy would be exhausted due to the continuous release of skills. He must now find a way to get rid of the Zerg boss as soon as possible. Jin Ke has never been very good at exploring mazes, and he had no good ideas for the time being. He could only rely on the plugin to help him find a way to escape. Finally, the plugin found a good place for Jin Ke, a stone hall that has not collapsed. The door of the stone hall is relatively small, and the alien worm boss is too big to enter. Moreover, the walls of this stone hall seem to be protected by some kind of prohibition, and the alien worm boss cannot forcibly damage these walls. After hitting the small door of the stone hall, it only stretched out a pointed head and screamed loudly at Jin Ke in the stone hall. After Jin Ke turned around in the stone hall, he found that there was only one room in this stone hall, and there was only one door. It was the door blocked by the alien worm boss. If Jin Ke's bow and arrow attack or spell attack damage is high enough and continuous enough, it is enough to use this stone hall to grind the alien worm boss to death remotely. Perhaps the stone hall was originally a place left by the maze designer for players to kill the alien worm boss. Unfortunately, Jin Ke's current damage output cannot catch up with the speed of the Zerg boss's blood recovery. Although the rewards of killing monsters above the level are rich, it is pure death in this situation. "You are so ugly." Jin Ke cursed at the ugly insect face. Hiss. The Zerg boss expressed his anger at Jin Ke. "Look at my face. I can't scare you to death." Jin Ke suddenly took off his mask in front of the Zerg boss. Hiss. The Zerg boss was unmoved. "Damn, Jimengen's face is useless. What should I do?" Jin Ke had to give up the plan to scare away the Zerg boss and searched carefully in the stone hall, trying to find things like mechanisms and secret passages. Half an hour later, Jin Ke gave up. There are no mechanisms or secret passages here, just a simple stone hall. If the Zerg boss keeps blocking the door, he has no way to escape. And because he can't hide from the sight of the Zerg boss keeps staring at him and has no intention of leaving. Fortunately, the wind blade attack of the Zerg boss was not emitted from its mouth, but formed from its wings. In this situation, it could not do anything to Jin Ke. As a last resort, Jin Ke opened the virtual screen of his mobile phone and called Zhang Mengdi QQ, asking her to teleport him to the Nightmare Castle. If he left the sight of the Zerg boss, maybe it would leave? After trying, Zhang Mengdi told Jin Ke with regret that because Jin Ke was in combat, the teleportation could not be carried out. Chapter 383, Painful Lessons. This is troublesome. Am I going to be trapped here to death? Jin Ke frowned. Damn the cheat. What kind of place is this? Jin Ke shirked responsibility for his mistake. Relying on others and cheats is not enough after all. After thinking it over, Jin Ke decided to rely on himself. Brother G, what do you think we should do now? Jin Ke was looking for the mirror given to him by Yun Zongshu in the storage space, preparing to have a conversation with his childhood friend Jimengen. That's right, this is it. Jin Ke saw the large number of insect sacs that he had hunted before in the storage space, and he had an idea in his mind. Isn't it that the soul power is too weak and the roar can't restrain this alien insect boss? If all these insect sacs are absorbed, won't there be enough soul power to fight against the alien insect boss? Previously, because of the side effects of absorbing insect sacs, Jin Ke did not dare to absorb a large number of insect sacs. He just stopped when he felt that the character was full, but now he can't care so much. Jin Ke absorbed more than 100 insect cysts in one breath. After absorbing all the insect cysts except the black liquid cysts, the energy in his body surged and rolled, and he felt like he was about to explode. With the blessing of the rolling energy in his body, Jin Ke's morale was boosted, and he came to the alien insect boss again. Get out of here, you ugly bastard. Do you believe I will kill you? Jin Ke roared at the alien insect boss. Hiss, hiss. The alien insect boss seemed to be stunned for a moment, then took 2 steps back, and obviously had some reaction compared to before, but it immediately took 2 steps forward and roared at Jin Ke fiercely. The boss is the boss. If you are scared away by 2 roars, how can you survive in the underworld in the future? It seems there is still a little short. Jin Ke searched in the storage space, and finally looked at the black liquid cysts in the storage space hesitantly. He originally wanted to use this thing as a material to make soul-splitting agent, but now it seems that he can't wait until then. Moreover, it is not certain whether he can get the formula. Even if he gets the formula, whether he can find a suitable pharmacist to make the medicine is an even bigger problem. Let's solve the crisis in front of him first. Judging from the situation just now, he has absorbed so many insect cysts and it has some effect. His soul power has increased a lot. Maybe if he absorbs this black liquid insect cyst, he can pose a real threat to the alien insect boss. As for the soul-splitting agent ... how can it be more important than life? Jin Ke took the black liquid insect cyst in his hand and began to absorb it. The black liquid insect cyst of the small boss level is indeed extraordinary. As soon as he started to absorb it, Jin Ke felt something was wrong. The energy inside is too powerful, right? The energy is too rich, right? The energy of more than 100 ordinary insect cysts just now is not as much as it. At a certain moment, Jin Ke even felt like he was being possessed by this energy. Fortunately, the 8 light balls in his mind, 1 large and 7 small, emitted dazzling light at the same time, helping him suppress this extremely turbulent energy. Despite this, Jin Ke also felt a kind of heart-wrenching pain, as if his body was about to explode. After the pain phase ended, Jin Ke suddenly felt something strange happening inside his body, a feeling of extreme hunger. Not the kind of hunger that makes one want to eat, but the hunger that makes him want to absorb more energy because his soul energy is compressed rapidly. The soul energy in the black liquid worm sac is extremely thick, and Jin Ke absorbs it into his body continuously, but the feeling of extreme hunger still does not disappear. He instinctively increases the strength of absorption, just like a hungry person frantically devouring all kinds of food, but the hunger still does not disappear, but becomes stronger and stronger. It's over. What the hell is going on? Will I be stretched into a huge energy ball and then explode with a bang? After a few minutes of extreme madness, Jin Ke absorbed only half of the black liquid worm sac, and then stopped as if he was full. The energy absorbed into his body was colliding wildly in his consciousness, and then transformed into another form of energy and entered his body to start various uncontrolled cycles, as if it was transforming his body in some way. Could it be that I am going to advance to the second level of energy cultivation? Jin Ke was not sure what had happened to his body, but if he was not about to turn into a bug, then this could only be a special condition that would occur when one's energy cultivation was advanced to the second level. As large amounts of energy kept circulating in his body, Jin Ke felt a strong hunger again, which made him involuntarily absorb the remaining energy and the black liquid worm sac into his body. Jin Ke could feel that the energy was seeping into every cell in his body and completely merging with his body. Now every cell in his body seemed to be filled with that special energy. When he was in the first level of energy, this energy seemed to only remain in Jin Ke's body, and it felt like it was wandering between the cells of his body, but now it was merging with his body cells, circulating and transforming his body while merging with his body cells. Finally, after only 1 layer of skin was left of the black liquid worm cyst, the large amount of energy in Jin Ke's body stopped circulating. At this time, the energy had completely penetrated into every cell of his body. As long as he slightly mobilized his mind, he could feel the surging energy rolling wildly in his body, ready to break out of his body at any time. Congratulations! Your energy cultivation has broken through the second level. The degree of body energization is 4%. The overall soul energy intensity has increased by 50%. Several lines of system prompts appeared in Jin Ke's vision. Jin Ke checked his attributes. Although the basic attributes have not changed, because of the addition of the second level of energy cultivation, the actual values of all these basic attributes have reached 120% of the surface value. First level of energy, and then increased by 50%, second level of energy, which is about 180%. Although his basic attributes are currently only 150, with the blessing of the second level of energy cultivation, the overall equivalent is about 270 points, which has reached the level of DD level warriors. After using the soul gathering technique, it was raised to over 320 points, reaching the DDD level, which is already very close to the C level. coupled with Jin's current advantages in skills, equipment, and multiple professions. Although his surface data is still only the level of an E-level warrior, it is no longer a big problem for him to face a C-level warrior head-on. By the way, when the energy is promoted to the second level, can it be teleported to the Keza temple? Ascend the throne of the ugly god? How to teleport? Will there be any special benefits after becoming a god, even if it is an ugly god? It is still a god. Chapter 384 Plan B. Warning, warning, the energy in your body is extremely impure. Warning, warning, you may explode and die at any time. Correction is in progress. Correction progress is 1%, 2%. Sure enough, the energy cultivation has broken through to the second level. I didn't expect that absorbing the black liquid worm sac would actually raise the energy cultivation from the first level to the second level. However, this kind of forced improvement method must be a crooked way, and most people would not dare to use it. The plugin prompts that the body's energy is extremely impure and there is a possibility of exploding and dying. This should be the reason why the crooked way of forcibly improving the energy cultivation level. But Jin Ke is not worried at all. Isn't the plugin performing automatic correction? Warning, warning, correction failed, and the body will explode and die. The screen in the field of vision is full of red. Damn it, what the hell is going on? Can the correction fail? You are too weak. Plugin, what the hell is exploding and dying? Am I going to die? Jin could not help but be shocked. Start the powerful correction program. The correction progress is 1%, 2%. So there is a powerful correction program. It's really a false alarm. Jin patted his chest and breathed a sigh of relief. Warning, warning, the powerful correction failed, and the body will explode and the soul will be broken and die. Are you kidding me? The powerful correction program can also fail. You have the nerve to use the plugin? Jin Ke was panicked. Start the super powerful correction program. The correction progress is 1%, 2%. Super powerful. Please, don't play the horror game anymore. I can't stand it. Jin Ke didn't dare to take it lightly this time, nor did he dare to stay out of it. He felt the plugin's repair of his body very seriously and paid attention to the progress of the repair. The correction progress is 83%. Warning, warning, correction abnormality. Don't. This is a super powerful repair, it's already more than 80%. If it fails again, it's over. Is there a more powerful backup repair program? Jin Ke was extremely nervous. Correction progress is 84%. Correction progress is 85%. It was a false alarm. I'm almost killed. Jin Ke was speechless. Correction progress is 97%. Correction anomaly. The body will explode and the soul will collapse and die. You have an anomaly at 97%? There are only 3 points left. You have to get through it anyway, right? Jin Ke squatted on the ground and held his head and lamented. Start the ultimate correction program. 99%. Can I curse? If not, I choose to remain silent. After a long time of worrying, finally, the repair reached 100%. The repair has been completed and is self-checking. Warning, warning, the body energy purification rate is 17%. Warning, warning, the Zerg soul energy occupies the main body. Warning, warning, the hidden dangers have not been eliminated, and there is a possibility of exploding and soul collapse at any time in the future. The correction program is on standby at any time. Okay, you win. Jin Ke breathed a sigh of relief temporarily. When Jin calmed down and checked his attributes, he found an additional attribute panel. The original one was the basic attribute panel, and the additional one was the soul attribute panel. There are 2 soul attributes displayed in the soul attribute panel. The name of the first soul attribute is Soul Ball, and the number is the energy realm multiplied by 1, which is currently 2. Why is it called Soul Ball and not Soul Dam? Jin complained. The name of the second soul attribute is Soul Life, and the number is Soul Ball multiplied by 3, which is currently 6. There are also several soul attributes that are not open and require certain conditions to trigger. In addition, Jin Ke has a soul passive skill, Zerg Soul Attack Immunity Index 1. There are also corresponding system instructions for the basic attributes of the soul. When energy cultivation reaches the second level, and you have or have had the title of X-God or X-God candidate, you can open the Soul Basic Attribute panel. Soul Ball. can be used to summon soul pets and release soul spells. Soul life. Once the soul life value drops to 0, your body will explode and your soul will collapse and die. Note: in the extended function menu, an option of teleport has been added. In the sub-item of the teleport option, a sub-item of teleport to the Keza temple has been added. Please teleport to the Keza temple to receive the soul pets and soul spell learning scrolls corresponding to the ugly god. An additional attribute panel means that I have one more way to die than others? Are you kidding me? Jin Ke expressed his incomprehension. His energy has entered the 2nd level, which means that his strength has been greatly improved. He should be able to face the alien insect boss head on, right? Go out and try it and you will know. Brother has been reborn. You idiot. Why don't you get out of here? Jin Ke roared at the alien insect boss. Hiss. The alien insect boss stepped back a few steps, seemed to show a look of fear, stared at Jin Ke for a while, and then stepped forward and roared at Jin Ke fiercely. Get out, get out, get out. Jin Ke continued to roar. Although the alien insect boss showed a look of fear, it retreated a few steps when Jin Ke roared, but it only retreated a few steps. When Jin Ke stopped roaring, it rushed to the door again. It seemed that Jin Ke's current cultivation was not enough to scare it to the point of fleeing madly. Plan A, which was to confront the alien insect boss head-on, seemed to be hopeless. If you want to leave here, you can only rely on Plan B. Plan B. Jin Ke opened the virtual mobile phone screen. In the extended function menu, there was an additional option of teleport. In the sub-items of the teleport option, there was only one sub-item of teleport to the Keza temple. Brother is not leaving because I'm afraid of you. Brother is leaving because I don't want to waste time with you here. Do you understand, idiot? Jin Ke raised his middle finger to the alien insect boss. Hiss. The Zerg boss became extremely irritable and banged on the door of the stone hall frantically. It was as if you, brother, were determined to go west, and I, your little sister, could not keep you. Before Jin Ke left, he turned on the health plug-in to check the health of the Zerg boss again. When he wanted to see if the Zerg boss had lost tens of thousands of health points due to his roar, Jin Ke accidentally discovered that the Zerg boss also had an additional soul attribute panel. It should not be an additional soul attribute panel, but the Zerg boss already had a soul panel, which Jin could not see before. Now that he has turned on the soul attribute panel, the health plugin can also detect the soul panel of the Zerg boss. Its soul ball is 1, and its soul life is 3, which is the same as Jin Ke's. The Zerg boss has another attribute. The Zerg soul attack index is 1. Jin Ke does not have this attribute. However, Jin Ke's Zerg soul attack immunity index is exactly 1, so the Zerg boss's soul attack is ineffective against him. Otherwise, he would not be able to escape death even if he hid in the stone hall. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 385, The Temple of Desolation. I finally understand why Luo Ye and his team almost died under the Zerg soul attack a year ago. The soul attack index of ordinary Zerg should be very low, only a few tenths, but it is already very fatal to these warriors who have not opened the soul panel, and do not have attributes such as soul ball and soul life. I rashly went down to the 3rd floor of the Dongling mountain maze, and I was lucky not to die when I encountered the Zerg boss. It happened that I had 1 point of Zerg soul attack immunity index. Jin Ke understood a lot of things in an instant. If I have soul attack spells, can't I kill this Zerg boss in another way? As long as its soul life value is reduced to 0, it will die. There is no need to grind its more than 200,000 health points so hard. Jin Ke suddenly had an idea. Normal fights between warriors are all attacks on the target's body. Soul attacks directly attack the opponent's soul, and explode the opponent's soul ball, which can also achieve the purpose of killing the opponent. Soon Jin Ke thought of another possibility, and his heart began to beat wildly. That is, when he encounters warriors who are much higher in level than him, will using soul magic to attack have a miraculous effect? Kill with 1 blow? However, Jin Ke estimated that even if warriors of high level have not cultivated energy, The strength of their souls should be very high, and they may be immune to low-level soul attacks like his. For example, Du Long and others of level B were not greatly affected by the soul attacks of the alien insect small boss in the battle with the alien insect small boss, but directly reduced the health of the alien insect small boss. This means that the soul strength of these B-level warriors is enough to be immune to low-level soul attacks. Jin Ke estimated that if he could learn soul magic, it would be very useful when confronting C-level warriors head-on. Then don't hesitate, teleport to the Keza temple to take a look, and learn a soul magic first. Jin Ke chose teleport to Keza temple. The construction time of the teleportation array is being calculated. The construction time of the teleportation array, 1 hour, 3 minutes and 52 seconds. The construction cost of the teleportation array is being calculated. The construction cost of the teleportation array, 383,200 energy points. Note 1. After teleporting to the Keza temple, the return trip can only return to the place where you were before the teleportation. Note 2. The above fee is only the one-way fee, not including the return fee. Do you want to open the teleportation array now? The system popped up several prompts. What? Jin Ke looked at these system prompts and widened his eyes. 380,000 energy points, one way? And after going to the temple, you can only return here. Wouldn't it cost nearly 770,000 energy points to go back and forth? System, are you sure you are not cheating? Jin Ke said he couldn't understand. This feeling is like a deadbeat author suddenly received a notice from a publishing house that his novel can be published. After talking enthusiastically for a few months, the publishing house told this deadbeat author that all the expenses required for publishing would be borne by the author, or you may receive a text message saying that you have won the first prize in a certain event, a car worth hundreds of thousands of yuan. However, you need to pay tens of thousands of yuan in taxes first, or you may meet a beautiful woman on a blind date, and you are extremely excited, and your wallet is also extremely excited, but after a whole day of hard work, you find out that the beautiful woman is a wine-selling agent. What a pitfall! Did the system actively select me to be the ugly god? But I have to pay for the travel expenses to the Keza temple to ascend the throne of the ugly god? Which god paid for the throne out of his own pocket? If you pay for the travel expenses, then pay for it yourself. It's so expensive. Are you kidding me? Jin Ke still has about 1 million energy points on him now, which he won from Zhao when he bet on the last tour in the top 4, but he never thought that he would spend it at this time. What should I do? If I don't go to the Keza temple and don't learn soul-related spells, I can't deal with this alien insect boss. However, a trip to the Keza temple costs nearly 770,000 energy points. So many energy points are enough for him to upgrade many skills. Moreover, Jin Ke thought that the travel fee to the Keza temple was so expensive, so it is conceivable that the spell skill scrolls inside were absolutely astronomical. It is very likely that after he teleported there, he could not afford anything, and then he would either be trapped in the Keza temple forever, or spend all his food money and be forcibly teleported back to the current stone temple, and continue to stare at this alien insect boss until death. Sure enough, this kind of award is not trustworthy. What to do? Continue to be deceived, or be trapped here until death? After hesitating for more than 10 minutes, Jin Ke chose the former. Continue to be deceived. At least there is still a glimmer of hope. Staying here all the time, the only ending is death. Running through the Dongling mountain maze alone, and rashly going down to the 3rd floor, it's a death. The road you choose, you have to go on even if you kneel. Enduring the extreme heartache, Jin Ke confirmed the opening of the teleportation array. The system deducted more than 380,000 energy points from him. A teleportation array appeared out of thin air where Jin Ke was standing. Jin Ke did not dare to move, fearing that his movement would destroy the rune array that was being constructed. More than 380,000 energy points. What does the Keza temple look like? Tall stone pillars, spacious halls, and servants and witches everywhere. He is the ugly god, so he should sit on the throne and be worshipped by these people, right? An extremely long time of 1 hour, 3 minutes and 52 seconds passed. The teleportation array was finally built. The system popped up a prompt, asking Jin Ke whether to teleport, and reminded him that the teleportation array would only last for 10 seconds. Teleport, teleport, send, send, send. Jin Ke hurriedly confirmed the teleportation. Fortunately, he was not distracted just now. If he had been distracted and missed these 10 seconds, wouldn't the 380,000 energy points have been wasted? It's too bad. After a trance, everything around Jin Ke changed drastically. Ke's temple, the magnificent temple. The floor is paved with gold bricks. Jin closed his eyes and imagined. After opening his eyes, Jin wanted to curse. The shabby temple, just as its name suggests, extremely shabby. This is an isolated island in the sea. Calling it an island is a compliment. To be more precise, it is a reef. On the reef, next to the teleportation array, a shed was built with stones of different sizes. No, it's not a shed, because there is no roof. It's like a simple toilet with only 3 walls in the countryside. On several stones on the wall, a few words were crookedly carved. Shabby temple. It's so shabby, it cost me 380,000. No, 770,000 energy points to teleport to this damn place. Jin Ke stomped his feet and stamped his chest, feeling that he was really fooled. Warning, warning, the tide will rise in 5 minutes. Once the tide rises, the Kekwang temple will be submerged in the sea. The system issued a red warning. Chapter 386. Everything goes to the reverse. Shit. Does this mean I can only stay here for 5 minutes? Jin Ke felt more and more that he had been cheated. The return teleportation array is expected to open in 3 minutes and last for 10 seconds. Return fee, 383,200 energy points. The active teleportation array cannot be opened in the Keki temple. Please pay attention to the time when the return teleportation array appears, otherwise you will be trapped here. If you are trapped here, you will drown when the sea tide rises. The system popped up several more prompts. 5 minutes is already nonsense, and now it has become 3 minutes. Jin Ke was no longer in the mood to complain. He hurriedly entered the god's toilet in front of him. No, the temple. There was a platform in the temple, and there was a card palm print on the stone slab. What is the card palm print used for? Everyone who plays the game knows it. Jin quickly pressed his palm into the palm print. Identity verified. Welcome the new ugly god Ji Mengan to the throne and enter the temple. Bang, bang, bang bang bang, bang bang bang, pa 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 pa. The stone slab lit up and turned into a touch screen. At the same time, the touch screen was filled with the sound of fireworks and applause. Isn't the coronation ceremony too shabby? Just sound effects? At least some virtual effects, such as a golden dragon flying in the sky. Jin glanced at his stone subjects on the left and right, with a look of disappointment on his face. Ji Mengan, please enter your temple. Another line of prompts appeared on the touch screen. Sure enough, it was Ji Mengan who became the ugly god, not me. Jin Ke was relieved. Many options appeared on the touch screen, but most of the options were gray and could not be selected. Only the temple prop shop could be opened. Jin quickly opened the prop shop, a dazzling array of props and goods. Seeing the exchange price, Jin couldn't help but be dumbfounded. Damn, as expected, there is no worst, only worse. It's over. All the goods do not support energy point exchange, and can only be exchanged with something called soul crystal. And soul crystal can only be obtained when hunting soul creatures. In addition, it can also be obtained by fighting in the battlefield of the gods. Jin Ke doesn't have a single soul crystal now. Even if he wants to go somewhere to earn soul crystals, 3 minutes is not enough. Next time I come, won't it cost another 770,000 energy points? I was ripped off. I spent all the travel expenses, and I went back to the pre-liberation era overnight. As expected, there is no free lunch in the sky. These inexplicable prizes cannot be claimed. I can't use energy points to exchange for things. Why did you trick me to come here? What, are you sick? Jin Ke really wanted to curse. If he returns empty-handed, his 770,000 energy points will be wasted. Although it's easy to earn, it shouldn't be squandered like this, right? In 3 minutes, he came to the Keza temple, but gained nothing. After returning, he could only look at the alien insect boss affectionately inside and outside the stone temple, and then live together forever. Jin Ke felt that he would definitely not live as long as the alien insect boss. Congratulations to Jimingen for ascending the throne of the ugly god for the first time. Please accept a new god gift pack. Just when Jin Ke was extremely desperate, the touch screen suddenly popped up a graphic text prompt. The gift pack was colorful and very beautiful. Jin Ke quickly received the new god gift pack. After opening the gift pack, there was a soul spell learning scroll, 50 soul crystals, a portable store scroll, a soul item bar scroll, and a pair of sunglasses for the ugly god. Jin Ke breathed a sigh of relief. The cheapest product he saw just now seemed to only cost 50 soul crystals. And there was also a free soul spell learning scroll. At least this trip was not in vain. As long as he had soul spells, he would have the ability to deal with the alien insect boss when he returned. After killing the Zerg boss, he could get some money back, right? He could earn back the 770,000 energy points he spent on the journey. Zerg mini-bosses are so valuable, not to mention the Zerg boss, which must be full of treasures. No one shared it with him this time. It was all his. The soul spell in the soul spell learning scroll is called Soul Spear. Soul Spear. Consume 2 soul balls to release a soul spear, and 1 attack can destroy the target's soul life. Note 1. Soul Spear belongs to the soul spell of the innate soul. After learning, it does not occupy the soul item column space. Note 2. Soul Spear can be used repeatedly after being engraved in the soul. Note 3. Soul Spear can only be used once per round. Note 4. Soul Spear is not affected by taunt skills and can attack any target that is not immune to spell effects. Seeing this Soul Spear, Jin couldn't help but feel overjoyed. The Zerg boss only has 3 soul points, which means that Jin only needs to fire the Soul Spear 3 times to deal with this Zerg boss. Is it that simple? Oh, he only has 2 soul balls in total, so he can only fire the Soul Spear once? What's the matter with that one-time use per round? The name of the sunglasses for the ugly god is the reversal of things. The reversal of things. After wearing it, you will become the most handsome man in the world. Is there such a thing? The ugly god becomes the most handsome man in the world. Time is running out. Jin Ke has no time to study the Soul Spear carefully, and no time to study carefully whether the reversal of things is as magical as it says. He put the soul spell Soul Spear learning scroll, the ugly god special sunglasses, the portable store scroll, and the soul item bar scroll into the storage space, and then immediately began to check the goods available for exchange. There are many kinds of goods. Spells include soul spells, space spells, rune spells, space spells, etc. Pets include alien insects, energy reptiles, energy beasts, machines, fantasy creatures, 3 Kingdoms heroes, Journey to the West legends, 108 heroes of the water margin, manhwa heroes, Japanese comics, biochemical doomsday, etc. There are hundreds of varieties. Everything is available. Whatever type you like, you can get it. 50 soul crystals can be exchanged for all the most basic pets or spells of these types. Time is tight. After quickly checking the most basic products that can be exchanged, Jin quickly decided to exchange for an energy reptile. Energy crawler exchange price, 50 soul crystals. Energy crawler summoning cost, 1 soul ball. Energy crawler soul life, 2 points. Energy crawler attack power, 1 point. Energy crawler skill, taunt. Taunt. When you summon a pet with the taunt skill, the enemy's pet must kill their pet before attacking the owner. Energy crawler only needs 1 soul ball to summon, which just meets Jin Ke's current conditions. In addition, Jin Ke's favorite is of course the taunt skill of the energy crawler. It can help him block the bullet. This is a desperate mobile game. The most important thing is to make sure you don't die. Chapter 387 Battlefield of the Gods. While the return teleportation array outside still had 1 minute to open, Jin quickly read the detailed explanation of the energy crawler. Energy crawlers were formed in the early days of the universe, but failed to form intelligent life. Just like the appearance of life on Earth, it started with some single-celled organisms, such as bacteria. In the early days of the universe, energy bacteria also appeared. Single-celled organisms became multi-celled organisms, and reptiles appeared on Earth. After the energy bacteria in the universe grew stronger, energy crawlers gradually formed. They fed on the energy bacteria in the universe and gradually grew stronger. With the development of the universe, higher-level energy creatures gradually appeared. More advanced than energy crawlers are energy beasts. Energy beasts have higher intelligence than energy crawlers and are semi-intelligent energy creatures. Some energy beasts are very gentle, while others are very violent. The huge cosmic energy beasts have the ability to destroy the world, and the energy race, which is called omnipotent, has no way to deal with them. With the evolution of energy beasts, the universe eventually evolved into an intelligent energy race, just like the development of humans on Earth. It seems that this energy crawler seems to have a great connection with the background of the game, and it should be right to exchange for a pet from this series. Just when Jin confirmed the exchange for the energy crawler, a prompt popped up on the touch screen. The Temple Exchange store has been embedded with an extended function menu. You can exchange it at any time and any place at the same price. Do you still want to exchange the energy crawler now? Jin quickly opened the virtual mobile phone screen. As expected, the words Temple Exchange Store appeared in the extended function menu. The interface after opening it was exactly the same as the interface on the touch screen in front of him, and various exchanges could also be made. In this case, there is no need to rush to exchange in the Keza Temple. Let's teleport back first. It is very likely that other more suitable pets will be used in the battle with the alien insect boss. At that time, it will be decided which pet will be more suitable to exchange according to the actual combat situation. The return teleportation array outside has also been opened. Because it only lasts for 10 seconds, Jin Ke did not dare to think too much and quickly entered the return teleportation array. The system popped up a prompt, reminding Jin Ke that more than 380,000 energy points will be deducted for the return trip. Jin Ke hurriedly confirmed it. This is completely forced consumption. There is no place to complain. After a moment of trance, Jin Ke appeared again in the stone hall on the 3rd floor of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth. The alien insect boss had not left yet. Instead, he lay at the door of the stone hall, just like a lovelorn woman waiting for her beloved husband to come home. Seeing Jin come back, he screamed at Jin Ke excitedly. "Ugly monster, take my soul spear." Jin Ke switched to the soul attack panel with his mind and launched a soul spear attack on the alien insect boss. This alien insect boss is a creature that has been registered in the battlefield of the gods. When creatures, gods, and candidates for gods registered in the battlefield of the gods fight each other, they must abide by the rules of the battlefield of the gods. Rules of the battlefield of the gods. Article 1. After the soul battle begins, the normal skill attacks of both sides will be closed. However, both parties in the soul battle may still be attacked and interfered by the normal skills of other enemies. Article 2. Soul attack methods have higher priority than ordinary attacks. For both registered members of the battlefield of the gods, after one party launches a soul attack, the other party will be forcibly pulled into the battlefield. Article 3. After one party attacks, it must wait for the other party to counterattack, or give up counterattacking after 10 seconds before launching a second attack. Article 4. Each round lasts 10 seconds. Only one soul ball can be used in the first round and only 2 soul balls can be used in the second round. With each additional round, the number of available soul balls increases by 1 compared to the previous round, until the warring parties have the upper limit of soul balls. Article 5. Soul balls used in the previous round will be automatically returned in the next round, and unused soul balls will not be accumulated. Article 6. To compensate for the disadvantageous situation of the attacked party in the round battle, the attacked party will be given an extra standby pet position and a lucky soul ball. Article 7. Once the soul battle begins, it must end with the death of one party, unless both parties agree to terminate the battle state. Article 8. The above instructions will not be prompted again in the future. Please enter the Battle of the Gods to view the relevant rules. Are you sure to have a soul battle with the alien insect boss? After Jin Ke launched a soul attack on the alien insect boss, the system popped up a lot of text instructions. Changed to a round-based system? Jin Ke was stunned, but soon understood what the rules were. Isn't it just a round-based game? A round is limited to 10 seconds. Now there are no other alien insects around, so there is no need to worry about being attacked after opening the Battle of the Gods. In addition, The soul balls used in the previous round will be automatically returned in the next round, so Jin Ke doesn't have to worry about not being able to use the soul spear technique again because there are no soul balls after using it once. Confirm the battle. Jin Ke confidently confirmed the soul battle between him and the alien insect boss. Please select the pet or spell to be used as a substitute. You are the first to attack. The total number cannot exceed 3. You don't have any pets to use. The battle begins. After the battle started, Jin Ke and the Zerg boss were frozen in place. If there were outsiders, they would think they had turned into two sculptures. At this time, you don't have to worry about being counterattacked if you want to kill them. Jin Ke and the Zerg boss's bodies seemed to be frozen in place, but their spirits began an extremely tragic soul battle. After seeing the battle started, Jin Ke immediately launched the soul spear attack on the Zerg boss. The soul spear requires 2 soul balls to be activated. The system popped up a prompt. Oh my! Jin Ke shook his head. It seemed that according to the rules, he had to wait until the second round to launch the soul spear on the Zerg boss. Now Jin Ke could do nothing but wait for the end of the round in 10 seconds. 10 seconds later, it was the turn of the Zerg boss to attack. The Zerg boss attacked Jin Ke. However, the Zerg boss only had 1 point of attack, and Jin Ke was immune to 1 point of attack from the Zerg. He roared and became immune to the Zerg boss's attack. 10 seconds later, the second round began, and it was Jin Ke's turn to attack again. Soul Spear Technique. Jin Ke, of course, did not hesitate to use his only attack method at the moment, which was also his life spell. An energy spear condensed from the soul energy shot towards the Zerg boss. Puff. The Zerg boss's 3 soul points were successfully knocked off 1 point. Chapter 388 A Windfall. The Zerg boss fought back, but was once again immune to Jin Ke's roar. In the third round, Jin Ke's soul balls reached the upper limit, and the soul balls he consumed were returned. He still only had 2 soul balls, but it was enough to use the soul gun technique again. The Zerg boss lost a little soul life again. The Zerg boss actually asked Jin Ke to stop the battle. If Jin Ke agreed, both sides would leave the battlefield of the gods. Rejected. In the fourth round, Jin Ke used the soul gun technique again, knocking away the last bit of the Zerg boss's soul life. The battle is over. Congratulations on your victory. The Zerg boss's soul life was reset to 0, and its soul exploded, and it fell to the ground with a bang. The boss battle has become so simple. Jin Ke couldn't help but be overjoyed. Changing the way to reduce the blood volume. The Zerg boss's blood volume of 200,000 is simply not something Jin Ke can handle now. With soul attack, it's no longer a problem to kill the time-space merchant on the 5th floor of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth. Jin Ke was relieved. This soul attack is really useful when dealing with this kind of boss. You don't need to slowly wear down the opponent's health. You just need to exhaust the opponent's soul life. But it also has a fatal weakness. That is, after the soul battle begins, he is completely defenseless. At this time, if he is attacked by other warriors or alien insects, he can't make any effective defense before he finishes the soul battle with the alien insect boss. Therefore, the battlefield of the gods can only be opened in one-on-one part to fight between souls. If it is one-on-many, launching this kind of soul battle against one of the targets is purely courting death. Before the turn-based battle here is over, the target's companions attacked the body with ordinary attacks. Just like in the fairy tale novels, the soul leaves the body to kill, but the body will die if attacked. Both parties who enter the battlefield of the gods are like the cultivators whose souls leave the body. They are extremely dangerous without guards around them. But now is not the time to think about these things. Now is the time to dissect the boss and collect the spoils. Dissecting the body of the Zerg boss requires LV8 dissection skills. When Jin Ke was dissecting the Zerg mini-boss, his dissection skills were upgraded from LV7 to LV8, which was just right for dissecting the Zerg boss. It takes 1 hour to dissect all the Zerg boss. It is not completely safe outside the stone hall. While dissecting, Jin Ke looked around carefully. If he found something wrong, he would hide in the stone hall in time. The designer of the Dongling Mountain maze probably realized that the maze was too difficult, so he arranged some stone halls with energy restriction partitions in the maze. As long as the maze explorer has the ability to resist the Zerg soul attack, he can hide in this stone hall and slowly grind the Zerg boss's blood. and the ugly exploded by the Zerg mini-boss should be used to cooperate with entering the Keza temple. Even if Jin Ke didn't have the nightmare mask, with the passive skill of ugly as hell, he could at least become a candidate for the ugly god. After entering the temple, opening the soul item shop should be the best way to deal with the fierce bosses in the lower level of the maze. Jin Ke happened to meet all these conditions, so he came to the Dongling Mountain maze at the right time. This huge maze has almost no one to explore, and it seems that all the treasures inside will belong to Jin Ke. The alien worm boss exploded more than 160,000 energy points, which can be regarded as some compensation for Jin Ke's travel expenses to the Kezhou temple. The alien worm boss exploded a black crystal insect sac. The whole insect sac felt very heavy, and it seemed to contain some crystals and other things. It was completely different from the black liquid insect sac of the alien worm small boss. Jin Ke could feel the surging energy inside. I wonder if after absorbing the black crystal insect sac of the alien worm boss, will he be promoted to the third level of energy cultivation? Warning, warning, the purity of the energy in the body is too low. The soul will explode and die. Warning, warning, correction in progress. The plugin suddenly popped up several prompts. I know, I will not absorb this black crystal worm sac. Jin Ke hurriedly shouted a few times in his mind. It seems that the plugin is always monitoring what he is thinking. Just when he wanted to absorb the black crystal worm sac of the alien insect boss, he was immediately reminded of the danger of such a thing. Correction completed. The plugin seemed to have heard what Jin Ke said in his mind again, and the percentage reading bar was waved, and the correction was completed directly. From the performance of the plugin, it is obvious that it does not allow Jin Ke to absorb the black crystal worm sac of the alien insect boss. It is estimated that if Jin Ke forcefully absorbs it, the plugin will not be able to control the energy of these alien insects, and Jin Ke will really explode and die. So, don't try this recklessly, and keep the black crystal worm sac to make soul-breaking or soul-destroying agents. In addition to the black crystal worm sac, a black crystal also appeared in the head of the alien insect boss. After touching it, Jin Ke was pleasantly surprised to find that this black crystal was actually the soul stone of the Zerg boss. The system description said that this thing could only be exploded by killing the Zerg boss using soul-based attacks. The soul stone of the Zerg boss can be evaluated at a price of 40 soul crystals in the temple item shop, but the recycling price in the item shop is only 5 points. The recycling price is 1/8 of the evaluation price. This shop is even more shady than the shop in the Nightmare Castle. However, Jin Ke does not need to take the soul stone of the Zerg boss to the shop to recycle it in exchange for soul crystals, because, after he touched the soul stone of the Zerg boss, the system description pointed out that Jin Ke can use this soul stone to summon the Zerg boss as his soul-based pet. Unfortunately, it can only be summoned in the soul-based battlefield and participate in soul-based battles. It cannot be summoned into the game world for Jin Ke to ride, brought back to the base to show off, or taken to the Green Plains shelter to kill everyone. But it is also very good, at least it helps Jin Ke save 40 soul crystals. It only takes 1 soul ball to summon the Zerg boss. The attack power of the Zerg boss is 1 and the soul life is 3, but it has a skill called Ascension. That is, in a single soul battlefield battle, as long as Jin Ke uses a soul spell once, its attack power can be increased by 1 point in a single battle. Soul spear spells such as life spells are invalid. Only real soul spells can be used. A soul pet that doesn't cost money and has its own skills is really a big profit. The Zerg boss also has a poison sac like the Zerg mini-boss. Of course, poison tendons, poison blood, poison gallbladder and other items were also dissected out. Jin Ke remembered that the poison sac of the Zerg mini-boss was of sea-level blue quality, while the insect sac of the Zerg boss was of sea-level purple quality. In addition, the insect claws, insect wings, insect tails, insect bones, insect meat, and quality of the Zerg boss are all 1 or 2 levels higher than those of the Zerg mini-boss. It feels like I made a fortune. At least I earned back the 770,000 energy points for travel expenses, right? Chapter 389 Single Kill, Part 1. After hunting the Zerg mini-boss, Jin Ke only received more than 70,000 energy points, black liquid insect sacs, and the ugly skill crystal. It seems that he suffered a loss, but it must be said that if Du Feilong and others had not beaten the Zerg mini-boss to a low health, Jin Ke would not have been able to polish the Zerg mini-boss's health of more than 100,000 by himself, nor would he have been able to get the black liquid insect sacs and the ugly skill crystal. Without the black liquid insect sacs, he would not have been able to advance to the second energy level. Without the ugly skill crystal, he would not have been able to enter the Keza temple, open the soul attribute panel, and learn his life spell. Now he has defeated the Zerg mini-boss with these and received a much higher reward than the Zerg mini-boss. He doesn't know how much it can be sold for, but Jin Ke estimates that it will definitely be sold for a high price. Jin Ke decided to ask Du Feilong how much it can be sold for. When he separated from Du Feilong gave him a high-tech communicator. As long as the two were not too far away, they could use this communicator to contact each other. I don't know if they are far away now, but I can try. Brother Du, I'm Ji Mangan, that handsome guy. Do you remember me? Can you hear me? Jin Ke started a communication with Du Feilong. Aha, Brother Ji, we just returned to the entrance of the maze and are about to leave. Is there something wrong? Du Feilong responded. It seems that they are not too far away. I just killed an alien insect boss, and the poison sac it dropped is of sea-level purple quality. How many energy points is it worth? Jin Ke asked Du Feilong. Brother Ji killed an alien insect boss. Is it an alien insect boss, not a small boss? Du Feilong suspected that he had heard it wrong. Yeah. Jin Ke tried to send a few photos of the alien insect boss through the communicator. Damn, it's really a Zerg boss. Killed alone? Du Feilong was extremely surprised. Yun Zongshu, Wei, and He Ni beside him heard what he said and hurriedly came over to look at the screen of Du Feilong's communicator. Yes, a single kill. Jin Ke answered Du Feilong. How did you kill it? Du Feilong was so surprised that he could hardly speak clearly. I hit it 3 times and it died. Jin Ke told the truth. It died after 3 hits? How much damage must this one hit have done? Brother Ji is an otherworldly master. We are blind. Du Feilong looked around at the 3 people around him with an extremely shocked face. Yun Zongshu, Wei, and He Ni were also shocked, especially Wei and He Ni. When Meng Xin failed to kill Ji Mengan and was killed instead, they were still thinking about helping Meng Xin to avenge. Fortunately, they were stopped by Du Feilong, otherwise they would have been dead and parasitized by the Zerg. How powerful must one be to kill a Zerg boss alone? A-level warriors probably can't do it. At least S-level warriors should be able to do it, right? No wonder Meng Xin was killed in one move. How much energy points is this poison sac worth? Jin Ke sent a photo of the poison sac of the Zerg boss to Du Feilong. The poison sac of the Zerg boss, this is a good thing, but to be honest, I don't know how many energy points it is worth. This kind of thing is rare in the black market. When we asked a merchant in the black market how much the poison sac of the Zerg small boss is worth, he quoted me 400,000 energy points. But there is no stock. A deposit of 200,000 energy points is required, and then they will have someone hunt it, and pay the remaining half of the fee after it is killed. We felt it was not cost-effective, so we formed a group to come in and kill it ourselves, but 2 companions died. Du Feilong roughly told Jin Ke. In other words, if I take this poison sac in my hand to the black market, I can at least bid more than 700,000. Jin casually estimated the price. I'm afraid not many people would buy it. This stuff is indeed valuable, but it's only used for special purposes. There are very few people who need it. Maybe only some high-level pharmacists will use it when making some S-level or above medicines. Okay, then how much are these insect bones, insect meat, insect claws and the like worth? Jin took some more photos and sent them over. At least it's worth hundreds of thousands, right? More than 1 million in total? I can't say for sure. Brother Ji can go to the black market in the large shelter and ask around, find a store with a high reputation and put it up to see if anyone is willing to buy it. These materials can be used to make high-level potions. There should be pharmacists from big families who are interested. Du Feilong answered Jin Ke. Okay, thank you. Brother Do. Jin roughly estimated the value of this alien insect boss. It cost 770,000 yuan to go to the temple. It's not a loss. Selling the unused materials after dissecting this alien insect boss can make back the cost. There were so many materials. After putting poison sacs, black crystal insect sacs, some insect bones and insect tendons, there was no place to put most of the remaining materials. Insect bones and insect meat. All of Jin's storage space was full. If he wanted to continue to put these materials, he would need a larger storage space, or throw away some of the things that didn't seem to be of high value. The teleportation of the Nightmare Castle could not bring anything other than the body. Otherwise, Jin could temporarily pile these things at Zhang Mengdai's birthplace, or sell these things to the pharmacy. Maybe he could get a lot of gold coins. What a pity. Brother Ji, are you interested in going to the dungeon with us? Du Feilong suddenly asked Jin Ke before interrupting the communication. Of course, he must have asked Jin Ke after asking his companions for their opinions. Oh, what dungeon? Jin Ke heard Du Feilong say that they hunted the alien insect small boss to get the poison sac in order to get the next important dungeon. Du Feilong didn't explain it in detail before, so Jin Ke didn't ask more. It's a hidden dungeon. The situation inside is quite strange. To deal with the monsters inside, we need to use the poison sac of the Zerg mini-boss level, so we decided to venture into the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth to hunt the Zerg mini-boss. If you have the Zerg boss poison sac, it should be a little easier to pass this dungeon. If Brother Ji is willing to go with us, we can give Brother Ji a share of the benefits, sign a distribution contract in advance, and then go to this dungeon together. Du Feilong explained to Jin Ke, what are the benefits of this dungeon? My poison sac is worth 700,000. Can the benefits in the dungeon be better than 700,000 energy points? Jin Ke certainly wouldn't agree to it so easily. And what's the point of only giving him a share? Giving him a share will make him obediently take out the Zerg boss insect sac to help them. At least the input-output ratio can satisfy him, or even be a great benefit. Then he may take the poison sac to help them. Chapter 390, Heroes of the Three Kingdoms, Part 2. This dungeon is of great importance. The benefits in the dungeon will definitely attract Brother Ji, and even attract people in the whole world. But because several of our team members have signed a contract to keep it secret and not tell anyone, I can't tell you for the time being. If you are willing to join, sign a contract with us, and then I can tell you. Du Feilong was silent for a long time before speaking. Attract people from the whole world? Is there such a thing? Okay, I can sign a confidentiality contract with you first. If the benefits of this dungeon can attract me, I can consider joining you. Jin Ke's curiosity was aroused by Du Feilong. What benefits are more attractive than millions of energy points? And Du Feilong's team is willing to go to this dungeon even if they lose 2 teammates. However, Jin Ke also understands the truth that curiosity kills the cat. Although he is curious, he will not easily agree to participate in this dungeon without knowing it clearly. It's like this. Before we enter the dungeon, we need to prepare for a while and recruit some more people. Brother Ji, leave your address. When we are ready, we will go to find Brother Ji. I will tell you the truth. As for whether to go or not, it is up to Brother Ji to decide. Du Feilong thought about it and proposed it to Jin Ke. Okay. After ending the call with Du Feilong, Jin Ke took out the things will turn into the opposite sunglasses and put them on his face, wanting to try out the effect of the sunglasses. After Jin Ke put on the sunglasses, he found that his figure had changed and became stronger. Ji Mengen's original bean-sprout body now looked extremely sturdy and upright. Then Jin Ke took out the mirror that Yun Zongshu gave him and looked at his face. No, Ji Mengen's face. This face has become extremely handsome and cool now, and even Jin Ke couldn't help but admire it after seeing it. Before putting on the sunglasses, he was so ugly that he had no friends. Now he is so handsome that he has no friends. Things will turn into the opposite when they reach the extreme. Ugliness at the extreme becomes handsome. Is there such a saying? So handsome and cool, when walking on the street or coming out of the airport, you will definitely be mistaken for a star. When the fans see this face, their legs will probably go weak, their feet can't walk, and their bodies will become hot and humid. Jin Ke thought of a use for these sunglasses. That is to wear sunglasses during a war, and suddenly take off the sunglasses when staring at the enemy and threatening each other. It will definitely work wonders. After trying the sunglasses, Jin called up the temple exchange store from the system expansion menu, wanting to look carefully to see if he can find a suitable pet or spell to enhance his strength. Jin used to like playing the Three Kingdoms game, so he quickly scanned the Three Kingdoms hero pets. For the Three Kingdoms hero pets, Jin of course looked for his favorite hero first. For example, Zhao Yun. The exchange price of Zhao Yun is 6,400 soul crystals. After Zhao Yun becomes a pet, the number of soul balls required for summoning is 8, the attack power is 9, the health value is 7, and there are also 2 additional skills of charge and kill. Charge. At the beginning of each round, you can attack directly without preparation. Kill. At the end of each round, randomly kill a wounded pet of the opponent. Zhao Yun's attack power is 9, which means that a warrior like Jin Ke who has only 6 soul balls can be killed with one shot by Zhao Yun. Zhang's exchange price is also 6,400 soul crystals. After becoming a pet, the number of soul balls required for summoning is also 8, with an attack power of 8 and a health of 8. It comes with 2 additional skills, Taunt and Frenzy. Taunt. Force the opponent's pet to attack you, but cannot force the opponent's spells. Frenzy. When you die, 3 5-point damage will be issued, randomly on the opponent's pet or owner. The exchange prices of the 5 tiger generals Guan, Zhang, Dao, Ma, and Huang are all the same. The skills of the other generals also have their own merits, but they are all extremely fierce, which makes Jin Ke very jealous. There is also a task card in the Three Kingdoms generals props. If all the 5 tiger generals are summoned in a battle, Liu will be summoned from another time and space to the battlefield. The exchange price of Liu is 12,800 soul crystals. After Liu becomes a pet, the number of soul balls required for summoning reaches 9, the attack power is 3, and the health value is 5. But he has the additional skills of Strengthening and Brotherhood. Strengthening means that if Liu's subordinates Guan, Zhang, Dao, Ma, Huang and other generals appear in the soul battlefield at the same time as Liu under the summons of the same master, the attack and soul life of Guan, Zhang, Dao, Ma, Huang and other generals will be increased by 2. Brotherhood is even more amazing. Once Liu dies in the soul battlefield, and Guan Yu and Zhang Fu are not in the battlefield or have died, Guan Yu and Zhang Fu will be automatically summoned again for free to enter the soul battlefield to serve the master. Among the Three Kingdoms hero pets, several have the highest summoning price, reaching 25,600 soul crystals. For example, Zhuge Liang. The number of soul balls required for summoning is 10, with an attack power of 1 and a health value of 7. It comes with additional skills such as Divine Calculation, Strategy, and Devotion to the Best. Zhuge Liang's Divine Calculation skill. All generals or counselors in Liu's camp on the battlefield, the number of soul balls required to summon into the battlefield is reduced by 5, and Strategy to the Best is even more awesome. When Liu's generals and Zhuge Liang appear on the battlefield at the same time, they will receive an additional bonus of 3 attack power, and the attack power of all summoned pets of the opponent will be reduced by 3. At the same time, Zhuge Liang's owner will be immune to all attacks until Zhuge Liang is killed by the opponent. Devotion to the Best. After Zhuge Liang is killed, the soul life of the injured owner and all injured pets on the battlefield of the owner will be restored to full value. These powerful generals are very tempting. If you can have all of them, you will be invincible in the battlefield of the gods. Of course, Liu has many generals who do not need so many soul balls to summon, which is suitable for transition in the early stage. Once Liu, Zhuge Liang, and the 5 tiger generals appear, there is no doubt that the situation will be reversed immediately. After Jin Ke finished his envy, he looked at his only 50 soul crystals and immediately gave up the idea of exchanging these generals. In addition, he is only at the 2nd level of energy cultivation now, and the upper limit is only 2 soul balls. No matter how many rounds of fighting, it is impossible to increase to 3, unless he advances to the 3rd level of energy cultivation. Otherwise, even if he exchanges these generals, he will not be able to summon them. Therefore, for the Three Kingdoms heroes, It is better to just look at them now. If you want to exchange, just look for the cheapest exchange. After more than an hour of searching, Jin Ke finally found a spell called Xuanbin Bullet in a corner of hundreds of series. Chapter 391. You guessed it right. Third update. Mysterious Ice Bullet. Basic spell. Exchange price 50 soul crystals. Consume 2 soul balls. Cause 3 points of soul life damage. Freeze the target, and lose 1 round of action. This spell is very cost-effective. 2 soul balls cause 3 points of soul life damage and freeze the target for 1 round, and it only requires 50 soul crystals. Moreover, the spell is not affected by the taunt skill and can directly attack any target that is not immune to spell effects. If Jin Ke could find this spell before fighting the Zerg boss just now, he would not have to fight the Zerg boss for 3 rounds so hard, but could have finished it in 1 round. But it doesn't matter. The previous battle with the Zerg boss is equivalent to familiarizing himself with the rules of the battlefield of the gods and accumulating experience for future battles with the gods and souls. The life spell cannot cooperate with the ascension skill of the Zerg boss summoned by the soul stone, but this mysterious ice bullet can. Every time it is released, the attack power of the Zerg boss increases by 1. And the accumulated damage effect is still considerable. Whether spells and pets are useful depends on whether they are connected to each other. If an effective connection cannot be formed, the maximum power of pets and spells cannot be exerted. After dealing with the alien insect boss, Jin Ke began to consider whether he should continue to the 5th floor of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth or return to the base. The day after tomorrow is the day of the turf finals. The studio forwarded Fan Wenji's message to remind him to return to the team on time. If he continues to go to the 5th floor, it may delay the time of the turf finals. You know, it takes at least a day to get there. But now I haven't figured out the situation on the 5th floor. If I rush back now, I will have to continue to explore the situation on the 4th and 5th floors next time I come. If I encounter something that I can't handle for a while, I may miss the time when the time-space merchant appears. You know, the time-space merchant will only appear for a total of 1 hour. After that time, he will disappear. It is unknown when he will appear next time. Just when Jin Ke was considering how to decide, a woman with an extremely ugly appearance suddenly appeared near the stone temple and blocked his way. "Thank you, handsome man," the woman spoke. Her voice as unpleasant as if it had been caught by a door. "Thank me for what?" Jin Ke looked at the woman with caution behind his sunglasses. Meeting humans here was definitely not a good thing, and it was even more dangerous than meeting a Lord-level monster that was more powerful than the alien insect boss. "You killed the alien insect boss, saving me the effort. Now, give me all the spoils you got, as well as all the equipment and treasures on you. You tell me, you are so good to me. Should I thank you?" the ugly woman asked Jin Ke. "Robbery?" Jin Ke understood the other party's intention. "That's right, you guessed it right. You are so smart. I like smart people like you the most. You can save me a lot of nonsense. Do you know, no matter whether you hand over all the treasures to me or not, I will definitely kill you. The difference is that you hand over everything honestly, take off all your clothes, let me confirm that you don't hide any treasures, and then I will give you a quick death. But if you resist my orders, I will chop off your hands and feet, slowly peel off your skin, dig out your flesh, pull out your tendons, refine your soul, cut your sausages, and let you endure all kinds of physical and spiritual torture. How about it? Have you thought about what to choose?" The ugly woman sneered with a mouthful of black teeth. "In other words, no matter what I choose, you will kill me, right?" Jin Ke's face turned cold. "You guessed it right again. You are so smart. I am a pervert. I like to kill and torture people. It is so cool to see the tortured people kneeling on the ground and begging. I will give them hope, then let them despair, and slowly play with them until they die. Unfortunately, you met me, so you will definitely die. It is the process of death, and you can make very limited choices." The ugly woman continued to sneer, as if she was happy to see a prey. Jin Ke's blood volume detection plugin has detected that the ugly woman's blood volume has reached about 35,000, and the armor outside the body has reached about 47,000, adding up to 82,000. This shows that the ugly woman's strength has reached the level of A level, or even close to the S level. Jin Ke has 10 bottles of super enhanced fire bombs in his hand, but he used up one bottle when he harvested the alien insect small boss before, and now there are only 9 bottles left. After blowing up the ugly woman's armor of 47,000, he can only blow up about 7,000 blood. After a lightning spell, it can only reduce the ugly woman's health by 4,500. The remaining 20,000 health is a big problem for Jin Ke, and this is just Jin Ke's wishful calculation. A strong man above A level must have a lot of skills and various life-saving treasures. If Jin can't kill her after using all his means, he will definitely die. With the difference in strength between the two sides, this ugly woman can completely kill Jin Ke instantly. The shadow of death escaped. Can it escape from the eyes of a strong man above A level? Just think about it. It's impossible. Moreover, this woman is extremely perverted. Whether Jin Ke hands over all the treasures on his body, she will kill him. For now, he can only take the risk of choosing a soul battle. It seems that I have no choice but to fight you. Jin Ke suddenly launched a soul battle against the ugly woman. Oh, a newbie wants to play Battle of the Gods with me? The ugly woman didn't seem to be panicked at all. From her tone, she had obviously played Battle of the Gods before, and even was an old bird. Battle of the Gods was opened, and Jin couldn't help but feel depressed after checking the other party's soul life. The ugly woman's soul life was 9 points. This means that she is at least at the 3rd level of energy. 9 points of soul life also means that she has 3 soul balls, and the pets she can summon and the spells she can use are much more and more powerful than Jin Ke. Jin Ke wanted to curse at this time. Ordinary attack methods can't win, and there is no possibility of winning this soul battle. The only way now is to pretend to be a big boss in the Battle of the Gods to hold the scene and try to scare the ugly woman away. Although the possibility is very low, there is still a slight possibility, right? If it is a normal way of fighting, Jin Ke has no chance at all. With 6 soul points and 2 soul balls, you want to challenge me in the battlefield of the gods? Ha 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 ha. The ugly woman looked at Jin Ke and laughed. Jin Ke was completely disappointed. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 392 A Real Man Can Be Flexible and Adaptable. Part 4. He couldn't win with ordinary attacks, and originally thought that he could take advantage with soul attacks, but he didn't expect that his opponent's cultivation in this area was also higher than his. What's more hateful is that she can actually check his soul life and the number of soul balls, so it's impossible for him to pretend to be a big shot and scare her away. This time he is really dead. Unexpectedly, the extremely dangerous Dongling Mountain Maze and the extremely powerful alien insect boss didn't stump him, and in the end he died at the hands of a hateful woman. Please select the substitute pet or spell. You are the first to attack, and the total number cannot exceed 3. A prompt popped up on the battlefield. Jin gritted his teeth and chose his alien insect boss, and then chose the appearance spell Mysterious Ice Bullet. He could only choose these 2 in total, and he couldn't get all 3. After the alien insect boss became his pet, it changed its name to Soul Power Flying Insect. The battle begins. Jin initiated the battle and he attacked first. In the first round, there was only 1 soul ball. Jin summoned the alien insect boss, the Soul Power Flying Insect, into the battlefield, and it was on standby at this time. Hey, there's a little insect? Is it the one you just hunted? TSK, poor little insect. It's a pity that it followed the wrong master, and can only be fed to me, and then watch the master being slaughtered. So miserable. The ugly woman said as she released a big bird. Jin can check the attributes of the big bird. The big bird's name is White Giant Falcon. It has 1 soul ball, only 1 health point, but 2 attack points. Jin's Soul Power Flying Insect has 3 health points and 1 attack point. Although it is an insect against a bird, it seems to have some advantages in terms of data. This White Giant Falcon also has an additional skill, that is, in this round when the White Giant Falcon is summoned, the woman can summon a soul-related secret technique without soul balls. Next, The ugly woman really summoned a soul-related secret technique. Jin could see a colorful energy mist appearing above the ugly woman's head. As for what secret technique it was, we would know only after it was activated. In the first round, both sides made arrangements on the battlefield, and no one launched an attack. The second round began. Jin took a deep breath, hesitated for 3 seconds, and then used the mysterious ice bullet spell to attack the ugly woman's body, and then let his only pet soul power flying insect also attack the ugly woman's body. Mysterious ice bullet can knock out 3 points of her soul life. After sending out a mysterious ice bullet, the attack of soul power flying insect will become 2 points. With these 2 attacks, a total of 5 points of the ugly woman's soul life can be knocked out. Maybe there is a chance to win by taking the initiative and the skills of soul power flying insect. Ha 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 ha. Just in time. Look at my mana dispel. The ugly woman laughed wildly. Jin's mysterious ice bullet failed to hit the ugly woman, but it triggered the ugly woman's soul-related secret technique mana dispel, which was dispelled. Mysterious ice bullet is not a life spell, so it cannot be used again in the next round. It can only be used once in the whole battle. The attack of soul power flying insect knocked away 2 soul points of the ugly woman, and now the ugly woman has 7 soul points. This is trouble. Mysterious ice bullet was actually dispelled. What the hell is going on? If it comes to soul life, even if Jin uses the elementary school math taught by the physical education teacher, he can calculate that his 6 soul points will definitely not win the opponent. Now it is the ugly woman's turn to attack. She let White Giant Falcon directly attack Jin, reducing Jin's soul life from 6 points to 4 points, and then launched the life spell to reduce Jin's soul life from 4 points to 3 points. The third round begins. The ugly woman still has 7 soul points, but Jin only has 3 soul points left. Both sides have a pet, and the attack power is 2. Jin immediately began to calculate nervously. If Jin's soul flying insect attacks White Giant Falcon, it can kill White Giant Falcon and still have 1 soul life left. Jin's innate spell can reduce the ugly woman's soul life from 7 points to 6 points. The ugly woman will definitely use her innate spell to kill the soul flying insect with only 1 soul life left, even if she doesn't have other pets or attack spells. The remaining 6 soul lives against Jin's 3 soul lives. Both sides use their innate spells to grind each other. Jin will definitely die. If she has other attack spells or other pets, Jin will die even faster. Jin can only grit his teeth and fight. He didn't let the soul flying insect attack White Giant Falcon, but manipulated it and his innate spell to attack the ugly woman, struggling to knock off another 3 soul lives from her, and then asked her for a ceasefire. Let's sit down and talk it out. Maybe there will be a better result. Jin also said to the ugly woman, a real man can bend and stretch. Now that he is doomed to die, he should first find a way to survive so that he can have a chance to turn the tables, right? Ha 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 ha. I like the way you beg for mercy, but I like your desperate expression even more. The ugly woman cast a life spell, and then her big bird attacked, clearing Jin's remaining 3 soul points to 0. I didn't expect that Jin, had been in Horror City for several months without encountering an opponent. Today, I actually capsized in the gutter and died in the hands of a wicked woman. It was a very wrong decision to come to the Dongling Mountain Maze to explore. Too wasteful. I am very unwilling to die like this. I still have a lot of things to do. Jin felt extremely sad. The 4th round began. Why is there a 4th round? My soul has been cleared, and there is still a 4th round? Jin was a little surprised. After checking his soul, he found that it did not become 0 points, but 1 point. Isn't it wrong? The system's mathematics was also taught by the elementary school physical education teacher. There is a bug, miscalculation. In the 3rd round, he only had 3 soul points left. The attack of the evil woman and the White Giant Falcon was 3 points in total. 3 minus 3 equals 0, so how can it be equal to 1? Anyway, Jin still used his life spell and pet attack to reduce the ugly woman's soul from 4 points to 1 point. It's actually a double soul body. But what about a double soul body? I will still beat you until you are desperate and begging for mercy. The ugly woman seemed a little surprised, but she was still not in a hurry. Her life spell and white giant falcon did not attack Jin Ke again this time, but attacked Jin Ke's pet soul power flying insect together, draining 3 points of soul power flying insect. Of course, her white giant falcon was also killed by Jin Ke's soul power flying insect. The ugly woman still had 1 soul ball, and she used a healing spell to pull her soul back from 1 point to 3 points. The 5th round began. Now both sides have no pets. The ugly woman still has 3 soul points, and Jin Ke only has 1 soul point. Dual souls? What she meant was, my extra soul life is because I have 2 souls? Chapter 393, Winners Take All, Part 5. But, I don't have 2 souls, I have multiple souls. Does each soul have 1 soul life? If so, can't I survive for an extra 7 rounds? While Jin Ke was thinking, his innate spell Soul Spear technique was fired at the ugly woman again, reducing her soul life from 3 points to 2 points. Look at my red giant eagle, take my Samadhi true fire. The ugly woman found that she still couldn't kill Jin Ke, and she couldn't help but get angry. She summoned another pet and followed up with a soul-related secret technique called Samadhi true fire. Sure enough, the evil woman not only has a pet white giant falcon, but also a more powerful pet red giant eagle. The red giant eagle needs 3 soul balls to summon, with an attack power of 4 and a health of 3. Like the white giant falcon, in the round when the red giant eagle is summoned, a soul-related secret technique can be summoned without soul balls. In addition to the spell dispelling, the ugly woman also has a soul-related secret technique of Samadhi true fire. She is indeed a big shot. Even if Jin Ke is at the 3rd level of energy, he will die miserably if he does not have as many pets and spells as her. Go to hell. After the ugly woman summoned the giant red eagle and the Samadhi true fire secret technique, she found that her soul ball was exhausted and she could only stare at Jin Ke on the opposite side. Soon she found that she had made a serious mistake. That is, the guy on the opposite side only has 1 soul life. What's the use of her summoning a pet and offering the secret technique? Even if she has 10,000 points of attack now, the guy on the opposite side only has 1 soul life. The 6th round began. Jin Ke used his life spell Soul Spear technique to reduce the ugly woman's 2 soul life to 1. The ugly woman immediately let the giant golden eagle peck away Jin Ke's 4 soul lives. Unfortunately, Jin Ke only had 1 soul life in this round, and the extra 3 attack points were wasted. The ugly woman used another healing spell, raising his soul life from 1 to 3. The 7th round began. Fuck, you don't have 3 souls, do you? I actually met a 3-soul body. The probability is too damn small, isn't it? The ugly woman cursed, obviously a little surprised that she failed to kill Jin Ke twice in a row. Well, you guessed right. Jin Ke replied to the ugly woman, and then cast another life spell, reducing the ugly woman's 3 soul life to 2. Die, 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 disgusting man, die, die. The ugly woman was very crazy and let the golden giant eagle knock off Jin Ke's only 1 soul life. Jin Ke still didn't die. The 7th round began. Fuck, how many souls do you have? My luck can't be that bad, right? The ugly woman looked at Jin Ke on the other side of the battlefield of the gods in disbelief. In such an advantageous situation, a strong man who has reached the 3rd level of energy cultivation and has 9 souls actually lost to a novice rookie? I don't have many souls, just enough to kill you. Jin Ke sneered, and cast another life spell, reducing the ugly woman's 2 souls to 1. At this time, Jin Ke was unsure. He didn't expect the evil woman to have healing spells. She already has 2 pets on the scene. In addition to the life spell, there are 2 soul secrets and 2 healing spells. Her strength is indeed much stronger than Jin Ke. However, facing Jin Ke, who only has 1 soul each time and can drop 7 times, she can't help no matter how many pets and spells she has now. Little brother, I was just teasing you just now. Don't take it seriously. Let's withdraw from the battlefield and have a good chat. In fact, I am very beautiful, and my oral skills are very good. I guarantee you will be satisfied. The ugly woman manipulated the golden giant eagle to knock off 1 soul of Jin Ke, and asked Jin to stop fighting. Jin Ke still didn't die, and then rejected the woman's application. The 8th round began. It's too late. I gave you the opportunity to leave the battlefield just now. Who told you not to cherish shit? If you don't commit suicide, you won't die. Ha 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 ha. I like the way you beg for mercy, but I like to see your desperate expression more. Jin Ke returned the words that the evil woman had just said to him intact, and then he cast another life spell, clearing the evil woman's one soul life to 0. I actually lost. Fuck, do you have multiple souls? How many extra souls do you have? The ugly woman questioned Jin Ke angrily on her deathbed. 2 souls are rare, 3 souls are extremely rare, and 4 souls are almost unheard of. In addition, with the evil woman's experience, she couldn't think of any other reason why Jin Ke didn't die with only 1 soul life. I won't tell you, or you'll suffocate to death. Jin Ke continued to laugh. I have never been defeated in my life. I stepped on dog shit today. I have such bad luck. I encountered a super bug. It's so unfair to die. Damn, 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 damn. The ugly woman continued to curse, looking extremely crazy, and collapsed. Thank you. Jin Ke spoke again. Thank me for what? The ugly woman was a little confused. Thank you for giving me all the treasures on your body for free. Jin Ke laughed. Fuck you. The ugly woman cursed, but received a system prompt saying that the other party had blocked her speech. The battle is over. Congratulations on your victory. The ugly woman's soul was reset to 0, her soul exploded, and she fell to the ground with a bang. After withdrawing from the battlefield of the gods with the evil woman, Jin Ke was covered in cold sweat. He originally thought that he was doomed this time and would die without a doubt, but he didn't expect that his multi-soul body would make a contribution again. At the critical moment, it helped him save the inevitable defeat. Of course, it was fortunate that the evil woman only had a 3rd energy level, and her soul life was 9. If there were more, such as 12, 15, Jin Ke would not be able to survive even if he had more souls. In addition, his souls only had 1 soul life, and only 1 soul appeared in each round. No matter how many pets and spells the evil woman had, it would be useless. If these souls appeared in the same round, he would be in trouble. It was really dangerous. Fortunately, he survived. The winner is the king and the loser is the bandit. No matter how thrilling or inglorious the victory is, the winner is the winner. History has always been written by the winners. Who cares whether those who died are just or not? Now it's time to collect the spoils. The ugly woman is so high level, she must have a lot of treasures on her body. After touching the corpse, Jin Ke was extremely ecstatic. It really is a big explosion. First, let's take a look at the spoils of the battlefield of the gods. The soul stones of the white giant falcon and the golden giant eagle belonged to Jin Ke, as well as a soul-related mystic scroll called Mana Dispersion, which was the scroll that made Jin Ke immune to his mysterious ice bullet in the previous battle, and almost killed him. There was also a soul-related mystic scroll called Samadhi True Fire, and 2 basic healing spell scrolls. Chapter 394 Teleportation Stone. Now these 2 birds and all the spell scrolls belong to Jin Ke. Jin Ke looked at the exchange shop in the temple. The value of the white giant falcon is 50 soul crystals, and the recycling price is 5 soul crystals. The red giant eagle pet, Mana Dispel and Samadhi True Fire, the 2 soul-related mystical scrolls, are all worth 200 soul crystals, and the recycling price is 40 soul crystals. The value of the spell scroll of basic treatment is very high, reaching 400 soul crystals, and the recycling price is 100 soul crystals. But it's not surprising, basic treatment only needs 1 soul ball to restore 2 soul life. For warriors who have just entered the battlefield of the gods, 2 more soul life can sometimes be the difference between life and death. In the battle with the evil woman, if Jin Ke didn't have multiple souls and could survive for 7 more rounds, he would definitely have died in the hands of the evil woman. In this battle, Jin Ke harvested pets and spell scrolls worth 850 soul crystals, even if the recycling price is 325 soul crystals. A small profit in the battlefield of the gods. With 3 pets and 5 spell scrolls, Jin Ke has a better chance of winning the boss fights in the lower levels of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth. And Jin Ke has a vague feeling, the monsters in the 3rd level of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth are of quality rather than quantity. There may be only some boss-level alien insects wandering in it, and there are no ordinary alien insects. If he can find more such stone halls, Jin Ke can use soul battles to solve the problem. Instead of slowly grinding them up to hundreds of thousands of health, the soul-related mystic scrolls of mana dispersion and samadhi true fire require 3 soul balls to summon. Jin Ke's current soul ball limit is only 2, which was originally unusable. After having the white giant falcon, as long as the white giant falcon is put into the battlefield first, you can use the white giant falcon's skills to make the soul-related mystic scrolls of mana dispersion or samadhi true fire free from soul balls. But you can only selectively hang one. Mana dispel can defend against the opponent's spell attack, and samadhi true fire can effectively kill the opponent's summon pet. How to use it in the battle? If you don't know the opponent's pet and spells, you may have to guess blindly. Jin can't use the red giant eagle now. The summoning cost of 3 soul balls must wait until he advances to the 3rd level of energy. With the soul flying insect, white giant falcon, mana dispel, samadhi true fire secret technique, and 2 healing spells that can restore 2 health points, Jin's chances of winning against opponents of the same level will be much higher than now. In addition to the pet's soul stone and spell and secret scrolls, the ugly woman has a complete set of B-level purple weapons and blue and purple mixed armor, as well as 5 storage treasures, all of which belong to Jin Ke. She is a warrior, and her weapons and armor are all warrior-type professions. The 2 largest storage treasures of the evil woman have a space of 6 × 6 × 6, most of which is still empty and can hold a lot of things. The storage spaces of the 5 storage treasures were filled with a large amount of materials, props, weapons, etc. There were several large energy cores alone, with a total of more than 500,000 energy points. The travel expenses to the temple were really earned back. Jin Ke searched in the ugly woman's storage space for more than half an hour before he roughly counted her treasures. Weapons, armor, accessories, potions, treasure maps, dungeon distribution maps. Everything is available. It's really rich. Jin Ke will wait until he has time to slowly study them one by one. Among them, there are 2 treasures that Jin Ke can use now, and they are urgently needed. They are 2 rune teleportation stones. You can use a rune to map the current location to the rune teleportation stone. In the future, no matter where you are, when you are not in combat, you can use this rune to activate the rune teleportation stone and teleport Jin Ke to the location recorded by this teleportation stone. With this teleportation stone, Jin Ke won't have to walk so hard next time. He can just teleport here. 2 rune teleportation stones can record 2 locations. After returning to the base, Jin Ke can record a location in the base and easily teleport between the base and the stone hall on the 3rd floor of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth. Jin Ke studied it and found that one of the teleportation stones designated a location in an unknown place that Jin Ke had never been to, located within the territory of the Fire Rock Shelter. The teleportation point designated by the other teleportation stone was in the stone hall where he was. Jin Ke was shocked and broke out in a cold sweat. What does this mean? This means that this evil woman was probably teleported here when he was fighting the soul of the alien insect boss. This might be the place where she hunted the soul crystal, but the alien insect boss that was refreshed was fighting with Jin Ke. If she had taken action at that time, she could have easily killed Jin Ke, but she didn't. Or, when she came, Jin Ke's battle had just ended. Or, she was too confident that with her strength, she could easily kill Jin Ke. In the end, she was abused in return and turned into a treasure-delivering boy. The Dongling Mountain Labyrinth is indeed extremely dangerous. People are always more dangerous than monsters. The entrance to the stone hall is very small, and the alien insects can't get in at all. It is equivalent to a safe point in the maze. It's not surprising that the evil woman set this place as a teleportation point. After confirming the teleportation point, Jin Ke started his return journey. First, he had to return from the 3rd floor of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth to the 1st floor. The route indicated by the plugin was going down at first. I wonder where it is going now? After Jin Ke walked along the route indicated by the plugin for a while, he found that the plugin guided him back to the teleportation point to the 2nd floor. It really can read minds and know that I'm going back, so it changed the route. I have to say that plugins are really considerate sometimes. Jin Ke was very satisfied with this. It's getting dark. and it's definitely not appropriate to go out now. The Dongling Mountain Labyrinth is protected by a shield against the darkness of the night, so he can only stay in the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth at night and wait until the next day to set out, although he can find a place without alien insects to get himself out of the combat state, and then let Zhang Mengdai teleport him to the birthplace of the Nightmare Castle for one night. But in that case, he can't take all the things on him with him, and he must hide them. The internal environment of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth seems to change. If he can't find the original place after returning, or someone finds the treasure he hid, his trip will be in vain. Therefore, Jin Ke did not take the risk of doing so, but he thought about it and used the teleportation stone to send him back to the previous stone hall and temporarily settled in the stone hall. The teleportation stone takes a certain amount of time to teleport. According to the instructions, the farther the place is, the longer the teleportation time is required. During this period, you cannot move, attack or be attacked, otherwise the teleportation reading will be interrupted. Chapter 395 Final. Jin Ke was on the 3rd floor, near the teleportation point on the 2nd floor, and teleported back to the stone hall where he had fought the alien insect boss. It took more than 3 minutes. With this time, Jin Ke could have run there by himself. According to the system description, these 3 minutes should be the starting price. As the distance increases, the additional time is not much. There is a complex calculation formula. According to the formula, the teleportation time from the King Moss Mountain base to here is only about a quarter of an hour. After returning to the stone hall and thinking about it, Jin Ke felt that this stone hall was not very safe. For example, what if the evil woman has friends or family who know her teleportation point and record it, and find that she is missing and can't be contacted, and they also teleport here? Wouldn't Jin Ke be walking into a trap? Jin Ke made up his mind and decided to change the stone hall. After leaving the stone hall, the plug-in began to guide Jin Ke's route again, and sure enough, it led him to another stone hall farther away in the 3rd floor maze. No way, there is only one alien insect boss on the 3rd floor? Jin Ke looked around in surprise. In the games I played before, especially the maze-type games like Diablo, the more monsters there are and the stronger they are, the lower you go. The game Horror City is a bit different, with only one monster in each maze. Jin Ke estimated that if he killed this Zerg boss in the traditional way, when the Zerg boss's health was about to run out, it might summon many monsters to help, but because he used the soul fighting method, these difficult processes were directly avoided. Early the next morning, Jin Ke started his return journey. With the help of the exoskeleton, he only took 1 day to rush back to the base. When he rushed back to the base, it was already late, and the opening ceremony had already been held. Jin Ke left as G-Manen, and when he returned to the base, he took off the nightmare mask and changed back to his own image. Fortunately, the passive skill of Ugly as Hell did not work, and it seemed that G-Manen was really locked. After seeing Jin Ke, Fan Wenji told him a bad news. In the name of breaking the rules of the game, the organizers of the tournament decided to temporarily ban Jin Ke from participating in the tournament, and let King Tai Mountain Base arrange other personnel to participate in the finals. In addition, the rules of the finals were also changed. The fountain was directly cancelled, and the blood pack behind the turret was also cancelled. It was a round of team battles to determine the winner. If all 5 elites died, the battle was equivalent to the end, and there was no chance of resurrection. As for how the next quarter's competition should be conducted, the Green Plains Shelter's opinion was to wait until the end of this final before discussing and deciding. It seems that the Yuliuan Sanatorium has a lot of power in the Green Plains Shelter, or everything Jin Ke has done has aroused public anger. The organizing committee of the tournament has repeatedly modified the rules just to prevent King Tai Mountain Base from winning the championship of this quarter's tour. But Jin Ke doesn't care about it anymore. Anyway, he has already got everything he can get from King Tai Mountain Base. In the case of replacing Luo Shatian, he has done what Luo Shatian couldn't do, and led King Tai Mountain Base into the finals. Even though he rushed back from the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth, he just didn't want to disappoint Fan Wenji. If the tournament organizers didn't let him participate, The outcome of the finals would have nothing to do with him. Although Jin Ke could still participate in the competition by using the identities of Shan Yao, Jimanen, and Xuan Yuanming, he didn't want to do so. The disguised faces are Jin Ke's biggest secret now, and he won't easily expose this matter to others for the time being. Once he shines with their identities, it will be easy for people to suspect him. In addition, after the fountain and blood pacts were cancelled, even if Jin Ke changed his face and went on stage, after using the flying swallow possession skill, he didn't have enough energy to use the super skills of the S-level strongman. With his blood volume also drained, he didn't have enough confidence to win the finals again with 5 consecutive victories. Therefore, cancelling his qualification may not be a bad thing for him. However, Fan Wenji, Ran Maqiang, Yao Chengzu, Li Zheng and others were very unwilling to accept this. It had come to this point, which was equivalent to the season's tour champion being forcibly taken away by the rules. No one would feel good about it. I have a way that may change the situation in the finals and help you win the finals, but it will consume a lot of energy points, and it is also possible that nothing will be achieved. If the base is willing to invest these energy points in me, I can try it. Jin Ke saw the unwilling expressions of Fan Wenji and others, so he proposed it to them. "Oh, how many energy points do you need?" Fan Wenji asked Jin Ke. "If you are lucky, it will be more than 80,000 energy points. If you are unlucky, it may be hundreds of thousands, but these hundreds of thousands of energy points may be lost." Jin Ke thought about it and answered Fan Wenji, "No problem. These energy points will be paid by the base. A total of 300,000 energy points will be paid to you. It doesn't matter if you lose all your money, just try it." Fan Wenji agreed immediately. When the others heard what Jin Ke said, they also became excited. They didn't want to give up the finals and miss such a good and perhaps only chance to reach the top. For Fan Wenji, the value of the materials that Jin Ke won for the base was already more than these hundreds of thousands of energy points. Not to mention that he helped the entire base win more than 10 million energy points in the last bet. Well, it doesn't matter if these 300,000 energy points are invested in Jin Ke, even if they lose all their money. If he can win the tour championship, he will earn much more than this number. Jin Ke's plan is actually to use energy points to verify what the 9,981 runes that the female ghost teacher gave him in the first round of Nightmare Classroom are used for. This rune is related to the teleportation platform and cannot be handed over to Zhang Mengdai, so Jin can only conduct experiments in the King Mo's mountain base. But this kind of experiment requires a lot of energy points. Jin Ke's energy points are all useful now, and he doesn't want to waste them on this, so he lets the base bear this risk. Considering his contribution to the base, Jin Ke felt that taking 300,000 energy points from the base was nothing. What if the string of runes had some mysterious effect and really helped the base win the finals? But if such a thing really happened, it could only be a coincidence. Jin Ke didn't know what this string of runes was used for. After asking Zhang Mengdai to teleport herself to the birthplace room of the Nightmare Castle, Jin Ke gave Zhang Mengdai a holiday, saying that she had worked hard these days and could go shopping with Bo. After confirming in the real world that Zhang Mengdai had indeed gone offline and went shopping with Bo, Jin Ke returned to the game world and trained to condense the 81 runes in the charging device. Chapter 396 10 minutes. With the previous experience, Jin Ke's success rate in condensing new runes is getting higher and higher. A few hours later, around midnight, Jin Ke had successfully condensed 81 runes one by one. Unfortunately, nothing happened. Could it be carving all these runes somewhere, for example, carving them on the ground? Jin Ke hesitated again and again, but still did not conduct experiments in the Nightmare Castle. Experimenting here will definitely leave traces, and it will not be good for Zhang Mengdai to know. It was very late, and Jin Ke decided to conduct experiments at the King Mo's mountain base tomorrow, using real energy points for experiments. The next morning, after Jin Ke woke up, he entered the game world and asked Zheng Shidao for 81 metal blocks to carve the 9981 runes. Why is it carving, not condensing energy runes? The reason is simple. The energy runes last for more than 10 seconds and then disappear. The King Mo's mountain base does not have the instant charging device like the birthplace of the Nightmare Castle. Jin cannot condense all the 9981 energy runes in a short time, therefore, carving on the metal plate is the only way he can think of at present. When picking up the rune pen to carve, Jin Ke indeed discovered the difference between these runes. When Jin Ke was carving runes in the equipment department, one rune only needed 1 energy point to carve, but when carving these runes, Jin Ke felt that the energy was rapidly draining from his body. Sometimes, just one stroke consumed more than 100 energy points. Jin Ke had heard Zheng Shidao say before that the more elementary the rune, the less energy points it consumed when carving, and the more advanced the rune, the more energy points it consumed when carving. It seems that these 9981 runes are all very high-level runes. When carving them, Jin Ke used up almost the same energy points as he condensed these energy runes in the charging device at Zhang Mengdai's birthplace. In the end, Jin Ke consumed more than 100,000 energy points before carving these 9981 runes. After all the carvings were completed, Jin Ke arranged these 9981 metal runes into a square array in the order shown in the diagram. When Jin Ke put the last rune metal block into the square array, all the runes lit up in an instant. Then they floated up by themselves to form a square array, and a black mist appeared in the center of the square array. After Jin Ke's hand touched it, the system popped up a prompt. This is a temporary teleportation array. It can last for a day after it is activated. This teleportation array can temporarily teleport the guardian of the teleportation platform here. After the guardian of the teleportation platform is teleported here, he can only stay for 10 minutes, and then he will be forcibly sent back to the teleportation platform by the teleportation array. Once the teleportation is completed, the temporary teleportation array will disappear by itself. After the teleportation array disappears, it will enter a 1-week cooling period and can only be used after injecting energy again. A temporary teleportation array that can teleport Zhang Mengdai from the teleportation platform. This is very useful if you bring it with you. Once you encounter any danger or a monster that you can't deal with, you can summon her and throw a dozen fireballs. Maybe you can solve it. Jin couldn't help but be very surprised. He didn't expect that this teleportation array would have such a function. Since the teleportation platform has been built, of course it can't be wasted. Let's just teleport Zhang Mengdai here tomorrow to give it a try. Now Jin Ke also knows that this is not a rune string that can destroy the world. There is no harm in letting Zhang Mengdai know. It's boring for her to stay near the teleportation platform all the time. She will definitely be happy if she can come out to take a breath and see the excitement of other places in the game world. Just summon her when the finals are about to start. Let her participate in the finals on his behalf, and help Fan Wenji and others win the championship of this quarter. The extra hundreds of thousands of energy points will not have to be returned to the base. Jin Ke had already tried it out in the last game. Black weapons and armor can be stored in the body in the form of runes, so they can also be brought into the arena. It's just that Jin Ke didn't need black weapons and armor in the last game, so he didn't use them. In this final, Zhang Mengdai is just a 1-day trip, or a 10-minute trip. Anyway, black weapons and armor are just a bunch of runes, and others can't see anything, so there's no need to worry about it. The finals will start soon. Fan Wenji and others have been waiting for news from Jin Ke, but Jin Ke still stays behind closed doors. He is obviously studying something important and has not succeeded yet. Just as they were about to enter the virtual finals arena, Jin Ke rushed over and said that he had summoned one of his apprentices from afar with his energy points and gave her the identity of a new student to participate in today's finals with them. But this apprentice can only come after the game officially starts. Although he didn't know what tricks Jin Ke was playing, the hope of winning the finals could only be placed on Jin Ke, so Fan Wenji certainly agreed. After the game started, the elite members of both sides had a 5-minute waiting period at their respective bases. Jin Ke had no choice but to let Zhang Mengdai appear at the end of the 5-minute waiting period, who asked her to stay here for only 10 minutes. Because of the new rules, 10 minutes is enough for the game to end. Half an hour before the tour started, the virtual arena was already full. The entertainment stars in the shelter performed their usual pre-match performances, singing or dancing. In the stands of the virtual arena, the audience from the Qingtai Mountain base and Yuli Yuan base sat together. I'm sorry, Your King Tai Mountain base is doomed to lose today. We can't help it. Who told your Yuan base to be so good at cheating? Why don't you let our supervisor Jin play? He played with all kinds of bugs, and the organizing committee couldn't stand it anymore, so they banned him. Who can you blame? Everything he did in the arena was within the scope allowed by the rules of the game, right? How can it be called a bug? The organizing committee is not blind. There must be a legitimate reason to make such a judgment. What legitimate reason? It's just using the power in their hands to forcibly interfere with the outcome of the game. If you are not convinced, you can appeal. Anyway, your King Tai Mountain base will never win the championship, so it's useless to say anything. That's right, the championship must belong to our Yuan base. The spectators of both sides in the virtual arena were talking nonsense. The spectators of Yuan base looked down on the spectators of King Tai Mountain base, and the spectators of King Tai Mountain base were angry in their hearts. The spectators of both sides were unwilling to accept the other, so the verbal attacks were particularly heated. Chapter 397. It's that simple. The speech of the organizing committee before the game won continuous boos from thousands of spectators in King Mo's Mountain. In the end, the organizing committee had to forcefully lower the volume of the audience before the speech before the game officially went on. After the tour started, there was a 5-minute preparation time, and the members of both sides were restricted to their respective bases and could not go out. At this time, in addition to discussing various tactics among their own team members, the two sides would verbally attack each other to put psychological pressure on each other. What surprised the audience was that only 4 members of the King Mo's Mountain base appeared on the stage, although there was no problem as long as the last member appeared on the stage during the 5-minute preparation time. There had never been a team whose members had not yet appeared on the stage at this time. What was going on at the King Mo's Mountain base? Was it a way to protest against the ban of Jin Ke by the organizing committee? Director Fan, with your abilities, it is really unexpected that you can stand on the final field and compete with us. The elite members of the Yuan base, led by their captain Luo Ye, began to verbally attack this side. That's right, I thought the finals would be a fair competition, but I didn't expect that we were tricked. Fan Wenji answered the mouth cannon of Luo Ye, the captain of Yuan base, with a tone full of resentment. At this time, Fan Wenji still didn't understand what Jin Ke meant by sending his apprentice to participate in the competition, and he didn't know how strong Jin Ke's apprentice was. He had no idea about the outcome of the finals. Manager Fan, what you said is wrong. Our Yuan base did not take any shortcuts. We entered the finals completely based on our strength. What do you mean by tricks? Luo Ye, the captain of Yuan base, was unhappy. We also entered the finals based on our strength. The organizing committee banned our players for no reason. If this is not a trick on your side, what else can it be? Since the organizing committee banned him, there must be a reason for the organizing committee. Director Fan, a grown man loses. What's the point of talking nonsense? Who said we will definitely lose? Although our director Jin is banned and cannot play, you may not be able to defeat us. What a big mouth. How are you going to win? 4 against 5, using this method to make it difficult for us to attack? Don't talk nonsense. Don't cry and call daddy when we beat you to a pulp later. Fan Wenji continued to talk nonsense. Okay, old Fan, how about this? If you lose this game, you call me daddy in public, and if I lose, I will call you daddy in public. What do you think? Luo Ye, the captain of the Yuan base, proposed to Fan Wenji. Who is afraid of who? Fan Wenji hesitated for a moment and agreed to the bet of the captain of the Yuan base. By the way, if you lose, I call you son, and you have to respond loudly. Ha 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 ha. The captain of Yuan base laughed. Oh? If you lose, I call you son, and you have to respond loudly. No problem. Hearing the bet between Fan Wenji and the captain of Yuan base, the atmosphere in the stands became even more heated. These two are the base supervisors. Once they call each other dad, they have to respond loudly when they are called son. It will be difficult for them to raise their heads in front of each other in the future. Just when the 5-minute preparation time for the game was about to start, the 5th player from King Tashan base came on the stage. It turned out to be a teenage girl who looked very cute. Who is the newcomer on the opposite side? I don't think I have seen him before. Can you introduce yourself? During the preparation time before the game, both sides in the base could see the scene on the big screen outside. Lu Tanhao, the captain of Yuan base, found that there was another person in King Tashan base, so he asked loudly, "She is the apprentice of Supervisor Jin." Fan Wenji answered, the captain of Yuan base. At this time, Fan Wenji was also very confused. What was Jin Ke doing this time? Is this little girl very powerful? Can she help them defeat the powerful Yuan base? And why does it take 300,000 energy points to invite her out? Ha 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 ha. In order to make us win unfairly, Manager Fan is also very thoughtful. Lu Tanhao laughed. The finals officially began at this time. What is the name of this little girl? Fan Wenji asked Zhang Mengdai while rushing to the top lane to defend. Just call me Didi, Zhang Mengdai answered Fan Wenji. Didi, did Manager Jin tell you how we should play this game? Fan Wenji continued to ask Zhang Mengdai. Previously, Jin Ke was the commander in the 8-4 and 4-2 rounds. Now Fan Wenji has forgotten how to command the battle after leaving Jin Ke. In addition, there are newcomers in this game, and Fan Wenji has no idea what Jin Ke is up to. He told you to defend the 3 lanes according to the original tactics. You don't need to arrange junglers. I'll command the rest on the spot. So simple? Yes, it's that simple. Yao Chengzu was in the middle lane, and he quickly came to the bridge at the front line with 3 initial cannon fodders. The opponent's mage had also come over. After both sides cast a few spells to kill the opponent's cannon fodder, they retreated to the protection of the turrets. Li Zheng and Ran Maqian went to the bottom lane. The tank and the shooter cooperated to first hit a buff in the city area to increase the shooter's attack power and slow down the opponent, and then rushed to the bottom lane turret that was being attacked by the opponent's warriors and a group of cannon fodder. Fan Wenji guarded the top lane, and Zhang Mengdai followed Fan Wenji to the top lane according to Jin Ke's instructions. The tanks and shooters of Yuan base were killing the cannon fodder of King Dashan base, and they didn't get too close to the turrets on the top lane of King Dashan base. You go out and lure some of them over. Just go to that area. Zhang Mengdai gestured and said to Fan Wenji. Jin Ke had told her beforehand that all skills and spells were forcibly limited to a range of 100 meters by the tournament organizing committee. Therefore, for her own safety, she could not leave the turret too far, which required Fan Wenji to act as bait to lure the opponent closer. Well, okay. Fan Wenji's tactics on the road were generally very conservative, and he rarely stayed too far away from the turret. Zhang Mengdai's tactics were obviously different from his usual style, but since he had promised Jin Ke, Fan Wenji must obey Zhang Mengdai's command. What exactly is this little girl capable of? Can she protect his safety behind him? I'm here to catch people. You're dead. Hurry up and admit defeat. Fan Wenji rushed out from under the turret and yelled at the shooters and tanks at the Yuan base. Chapter 398 Seize the time. The tank and shooter on the opposite side didn't expect that Fan Wenji, whose tactics were always very wretched, would actually rush out of the turret. This is a good opportunity to get the first blood. The two immediately cooperated with various skills to release to Fan Wenji. Fan Wenji turned around and fled back according to Zhang Mengdai's arrangement, attracting the two to the designated area. In a short time, Fan Wenji's health was knocked down by 1/3, and he was controlled by the opponent's skills, and it seemed that he would not be able to escape. At this time, suddenly a fireball flew out from the woods next to it, and with a muffled sound of bang, it accurately hit the shooter of the Yuan base, and hit him on the top of his head with 50,000 points of damage. The Qingtai Mountain base got the first blood. The whole arena suddenly boiled, especially the audience of Qingtai Mountain, who were extremely excited to see this result. Isn't this the fireball of Director Jin? It is said that the fireball can only be emitted in the spring. This new girl can also do it, and she can emit such a powerful fireball without staying in the spring? The audience at Yuan base were all dumbfounded. Didn't the organizing committee ban Jin Ke from participating in the competition? How come such a buggy fireball appeared again? And it was even more buggy than last time, so he didn't even need to lie in the fountain? Fuck, what's going on? Lu Tanhao, the captain of Yuan base, was furious. He had made a bet with Fan Wenji. If he lost, Fan Wenji would call him his son. He would never be able to put this face on his face again. The rules of this game were also changed by the organizing committee. Once a player died, there was no chance of resurrection. The victory or defeat was decided by a single blow. The tank at Yuliuan base found that the shooter was dead, and felt that something was wrong, so he immediately turned around and fled to his own turret. Unfortunately, another fireball was in, and a damage of 50,000 points also sent him out of the arena. Large fireworks prompts appeared one after another above the virtual competition arena. Second consecutive destruction. The avatars of the killed were the tank and the shooter of the elite group of Yuliuan base. The murderer was a mysterious cute girl. Next, Zhang Mengdai followed Jin's instructions and asked the other four to focus on the middle lane and attack the tower. She hid under her own middle lane turret and observed the situation on the opposite side with the help of her teammates' vision. The King Moss Mountain base is hopeless. They can only play bugs. Lu Tanhao was full of anger. After discovering that the King Moss Mountain base was focusing on the middle lane and preparing to forcefully push the tower, he immediately called the assassin to assist the mage in defending the middle lane. Under Lu Tanhao's instructions, the assassin entered stealth mode and wanted to forcefully kill the cute girl to see if he could turn the tide. Unfortunately, there was no trace of the cute girl and the King Moss Mountain elite group attacking the tower in the middle lane of the King Moss Mountain base. The assassin continued to sneak and searched in several nearby woods, but could not find the trace of the cute girl. The four elites of the King Moss Mountain base in the middle lane led the line to attack the turret of the Yuliuan base. The Yuliuan base had only 2 people defending, and the manpower was obviously insufficient. Yao Chengzu put on a nice armor for himself, and then retreated a little according to Zhang Mengdai's instructions. The assassin couldn't find Zhang Mengdai's trace. Seeing Yao Chengzu in the back row of Qingtai Mountain base was alone, he immediately rushed over and used 2 skills to reduce Yao Chengzu's health to 1/3. It seemed that he could knock Yao Chengzu down with 2 more normal attacks, but at this moment, a fireball flew over and hit his body accurately. A damage of 50,000 points appeared above his head. The assassin of Yuliuan base was also forced to leave the field. 3 consecutive wins. The avatar of the killed person was shown as the assassin of the elite group of Yuliuan base. The murderer was still shown as the mysterious cute girl. The thousands of spectators at Qingtai Mountain base were boiling. No matter how the organizing committee of the event suppressed Qingtai Mountain base, no one could stop Qingtai Mountain base from reaching the top this quarter. Manager Lu, you will soon call me daddy. Fan Wenji occasionally insulted Lu Tanhao in the public channel. Lu Tanhao was so angry that he couldn't say a word. The tank, shooter, and assassin had all died. The worst thing was that they asked the organizing committee to modify the rules before the game and cancelled the fountain and supply packs, which resulted in them having no way to replenish their personnel after the loss. Now only he and the mage were guarding the middle lane, relying on the defense of the turret to barely maintain the balance. Soon this balance no longer existed. Lu Tanhao saw a cute girl walking slowly towards this side, walked out of the turret's range, and stood under the protection of Fan Wenji and ran mocking, and then a large number of runes flew around her. Lu Tanhao had nowhere to retreat. If he retreated further, he would not be able to defend the turret, but he had to retreat. According to the previous battle process, he had found that the cute girl's range reached the upper limit of 100 meters stipulated by the organizing committee of the event, which was enough to kill the 2 of them hiding behind the towers. Lu Tanhao gritted his teeth and called the mage to retreat to the vicinity of the second turret. Without anyone defending, the middle turret of Yuliuan base was quickly blown up by Fan Wenji and his 4 men, and soon the elite group of Qingtashan base approached the middle turret of Yuliuan base. Not long after, the middle turret of Yuliuan base was also blown up. You have to hurry up. Zhang Mengdai looked at the time and urged Fan Wenji and others. She could only stay here for a total of 10 minutes. There were still 2 members on the opposite side who were not dead. She was afraid that something would change. When Qingtashan base attacked the middle turret, Lu Tanhao and the mage retreated to the highland turret. Soon, the middle turret of Yuliuan base was also blown up. Although all the members of Qingtashan base were dispatched, it was not a big problem to capture the opponent's turret while leading the line. But after all, At the beginning of the game, everyone's attack was very low, and each turret consumed at least 3 minutes. I will die in another minute. You try to control the situation. Zhang Mengdai could only do this. Fan Wenji was a little surprised. Ask my master for details. Let's rush to the Highland Tower. Zhang Mengdai urged everyone. Time passed by minute. In a dozen seconds, Zhang Mengdai would be forcibly teleported back to the birthplace of Nightmare Castle. Her performance in the arena was that she died directly. Although no one attacked her, Humphrey, want to win 5 consecutive victories again? I won't give you a chance. After watching the people from the King Moss Mountain base approaching the Highland Tower, Lu Tanhao surrendered as the captain and asked everyone else to confirm. In order to prevent King Moss Mountain base from winning 5 consecutive victories again, several members who died and did not die confirmed their surrender. Just a few seconds before Zhang Mengdai was about to be forcibly teleported out of the arena, a huge fireworks banner with the words "Victory of King Moss Mountain Base" appeared above the arena and lingered for a long time. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelist. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We are waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 399 Calling Dad. King Tai Mountain Base won the championship of this quarterly tour. Fan Wenji and Ran Maqian were so excited that they couldn't help but roar. Yao Chengzu, who always seemed calm and composed, also showed an unstoppable smile on his face. Although he had his own purpose for staying in the base, he now had a sense of belonging and honor to the base. Li Jing was so excited that tears came out. In order to prevent King Tai Mountain Base from reaching the top, the organizing committee of the competition changed the rules every round. They were suppressed and had all kinds of unspoken rules all the way to the top. It was not easy for King Tai Mountain Base to win the final. After a moment of dead silence, thousands of spectators in King Tai Mountain stood up and cheered for a long time. The meaning of this victory was very different from the meaning of the previous victories. This was the final. King Tai Mountain Base reached the top for the first time in the quarterly tour held in the shelter. Son, my Tanhao son, Dad is calling you, Fan Wenji shouted to Lu Tanhao on the opposite side. This bet must not be forgotten. It's a waste not to take advantage. Lu Tanhao didn't say a word. Thousands of spectators at the King Tai Mountain Base burst into laughter. Tanhao, son. As the director of the Yuli Yuan base, it's not good to break your promise, right? Son, say something. Fan Wenji shouted to Lu Tanhao across from him a few more times. Hey, Lu Tanhao replied softly. Thousands of spectators at the King Tai Mountain Base burst into laughter again. No, you have to say it loudly. This is what you asked for. Come on, son. Fan Wenji asked Lu Tanhao. Hey, I heard it. Lu Tanhao had no choice but to say it loudly. He had to fulfill the bet he made even if he had to kneel down. Thousands of spectators at the King Tai Mountain Base laughed until they were out of breath. Son, call me daddy. Fan Wenji continued to fulfill the bet. Dad. Lu Tanhao could only say it once. At this moment, he wanted to bang his head against the wall. After meeting Fan Wenji at the shelter in the future, he couldn't even lift his head. Many spectators at the King Tai Mountain Base rolled on the floor in the audience. Today, the victory belongs to the King Tai Mountain Base, to the 4 elites, to Jin Ke who did not play but dominated the final victory, and to the thousands of spectators at the King Tai Mountain Base. Yun Fiang, the assassin of the Mang base who had been following this game, sighed. After losing to the King Tai Mountain Base, he was waiting for the moment when the King Tai Mountain Base was eliminated all the time. Unexpectedly, the King Tai Mountain Base made it to the finals and won the championship. The 5 elites of the Tongshan Tang Base who lost to the King Tai Mountain Base in the quarter-finals were balanced at this time. They lost to the champion. The 5 elites of the Menglongtan Base who lost to the King Tai Mountain Base in the quarter-finals were also balanced at this time. Didn't their old rival, the Yuli Yuan Base, also fall under the bug of the King Tai Mountain Base? Now we can finally unite as one, share the same hatred, and put pressure on the top management of the shelter together to take other methods to conduct the tour next quarter. For example, each base will send 10 people to park one-on-one. and the side that wins more games will win. Or, it could be changed to a rule that people who have joined the base and reported to the shelter for less than 2 years cannot participate in the tour. This would prevent buggy newcomers like Jin Ke from the Qingtai Mountain base from disrupting the order of the competition. Anyway, if the game continues like this, the tour will become a personal exhibition match for some people from the Qingtai Mountain base. The worst person today was Lu Danhao, the father of Luo Ye. He was called son in public by Fan Wenji, and he had to respond loudly while calling Fan Wenji dad. This was really embarrassing. I didn't expect that Jin Ke would not appear, and they sent another newcomer over, who turned out to be even better than Jin Ke. Did Qingtai Mountain base take a tonic? Where did they find so many weird newcomers? Winning the first place in the quarterly tour, Qingtai Mountain base can at least get material rewards worth more than 10 million energy points from the shelter in the next quarter. All the expenses required for the operation and development of the base in the next quarter are guaranteed. While Fan Wenji was celebrating, he suddenly thought of the cute girl who contributed the most to the victory of the finals, but he found that the cute girl had quietly disappeared. After the finals, Fan Wenji gave Jin Ke a reward of 1 million energy points, and even proposed to give the position of base director to Jin Ke, and he only needed to be a deputy director. Jin Ke did not accept it. He had too many things to do. The Dongling Mountain maze required time to attack, the Nightmare Castle required time to attack, and he had to use several other phases to go to the Green Plain shelter to participate in the Rookie King competition for each profession. I still want to spend some time with Xue'er in the remaining time. Now 1 second has to be split into 2 seconds to use, so how can I have time to take care of the base? It would be more practical to do something from time to time so that Fan Wenji has a reason to convert the assets of the base into energy points as rewards to him. Fan Wenji was just being polite. Since Jin Ke didn't agree, he didn't force it, but he opened up all the authority of the entire base to Jin Ke, including the base's mastermind and the veto power when the entire base makes decisions. These powers might be of interest to Jin Ke, who was once a newcomer. But for him now, it doesn't matter. In the past, he couldn't control his own destiny. When he was used as a scapegoat, he couldn't resist at all. At that time, he needed a voice. But now, with his strength, even if he is not a supervisor, no one in the entire base dares to say no to him. During the entire quarterly tour, his strength and prestige in the base grew in the same proportion. In the round of 16, when he was a magical cannon fodder and won 5 consecutive worlds, many people in the base were still unconvinced by him, thinking that he was just lucky, and even publicly humiliated and contradicted him. Now, members of the entire base, no matter where they see him, are extremely respectful, and it is the kind of respect that comes from the heart. This kind of heartfelt respect is not only because he has killed several villains who opposed him in succession, but also because of his contribution to the base and his super strength that he has shown very steadily. However, it is not easy for the members of the base to meet Jin Ke and show their respect and admiration. After Jin Ke returned to the master bedroom of dormitory area number 18, he marked the location of the master bedroom with a teleportation stone, and immediately teleported himself to the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth. Previously, Jin Ke's purpose of entering the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth was just to obtain the soul-splitting potion or the recipe for the soul-splitting potion from the time-space merchant. But now Jin Ke's vision and realm are different. After he met the time-space merchant, he not only wanted to get the soul-splitting potion, but also wanted to see what better treasures the time-space merchant had in his hands, which could quickly enhance his strength in the Horror City game. Chapter 400, Unchanged Expression. After being teleported back to the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth, Jin Ke left the stone hall where the teleportation point was located. After coming outside, a short while later, an alien insect boss flew over from the gray height of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth and attacked Jin Ke. This thing has been refreshed. It's just right to catch another one. Jin Ke was overjoyed. While dodging the attack of the alien insect boss, he fled to the stone hall where he was teleported. After a while, Jin Ke fled back to the stone hall. The purpose of escaping back to the stone hall was simple, that is, He did not want to be attacked by other monsters or warriors nearby during the soul battle. It was mainly to guard against super strong people like the evil woman. Fortunately, Jin Ke now has several pets and spells in his hands, and now the battle with the alien insect boss can be quickly resolved. It can be done in 2 rounds and 30 seconds at most. After confirming that the surroundings seemed to be relatively safe, Jin quickly launched a soul war against the alien insect boss. The first round, Jin took the initiative and released a white giant falcon pet, and at the same time hung a soul-related secret spell of mana dispelling to prevent accidents. The alien insect boss directly attacked Jin's body, reducing Jin's soul life from 6 points to 5 points. Second round, Jin used a black ice bullet and 3 points of attack to knock down the alien insect boss, and quickly ended the battle. Alas, is it so easy to kill the boss? No wonder that evil woman set a teleportation point here. This is the rhythm of regularly coming here to pick up money. Jin looked at the corpse of the alien insect boss and couldn't help but sigh. After dissecting the alien insect boss, Jin got another soul stone, which can summon the second soul flying insect. According to the instructions, he can only summon 2 of the same pet at a time. If you kill the alien insect boss again in the future, you can use the extra soul stones to exchange for soul crystals. Although you can only exchange for 5 soul crystals, but no matter how small a mosquito is, it is still meat. Of course, Jin got another black crystal insect sack and a poison sack this time. Doofy along and the others fought hard and sacrificed 2 teammates to get a small boss level poison sack, but I easily got 2 boss level insect sacks. Is it that easy? Jin was very emotional. Others play the game of death, but I play the game of treasure hunting. Ha 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 ha. Jin laughed. Don't get carried away. When a person is most proud, it is often the time when he is most unlucky. I still have to be humble and cautious, otherwise I will die without knowing how. Jin hurriedly warned and reminded himself, at a certain moment, Jin suddenly felt extremely dangerous. He turned around and found a man standing not far behind him. The man's facial features are very delicate, and he is a pretty boy. His expressionless face feels very much like the current expressionless young meat. I want to ask you a question. Have you seen this person? Seeing Jin turn around, the paralyzed man took out a crystal and projected a 3-dimensional shadow in front of Jin. The 3-dimensional shadow was the image of the evil woman. Never seen it. Jin shook his head pretending not to recognize the 3-dimensional shadow. He had put the body of the evil woman in his storage ring and brought it back to the base to destroy it. This person appeared behind him out of thin air. His HP detection was as high as 30,000 or 40,000. His strength was unfathomable. Just now, he was proud that he was playing a treasure hunting game, and then such a strong man of at least A level appeared behind him, but there was no movement at all. If the paralyzed man had taken action just now, wouldn't Jin have become a dead body? Haven't you seen her? That's strange. Few people come to the 3rd floor of the Dongling Mountain Labyrinth. Now you're here, and she disappeared. Most likely she's dead. Tell me, did you kill her? If it wasn't you, what else could it be? The paralyzed man continued to question Jin expressionlessly. Brother, I finally got to the 3rd floor from the 2nd floor today. I don't know who the person you're talking about is, and I don't know if there are other people who have entered here, and I'm so weak that I can't even protect myself. How dare I provoke others? Jin argued. Really? I've been guarding here. You were obviously teleported here. You were teleported here by the teleportation stone you took from her. There are secret seals engraved by our family on those teleportation stones. As long as they are activated, we will feel it. How do you explain this? The paralyzed man continued to question Jin. I really don't know what you are talking about. I fought down from the 2nd floor by myself. I don't know what the teleportation stone you mentioned is. If you are interested, please leave your contact information. If I see her, I will inform you. Jin was shocked, but he still denied everything the paralyzed man said without changing his expression and pretending to be calm, in case the paralyzed man deliberately deceived him. For such a person with unfathomable strength, you should hide if you can, and don't take action easily unless you have to. You have to know that you only have one life. You don't need to quibble. The fight between you and her was not caused by you. She has a violent and bloodthirsty personality and likes to abuse the weak in a perverted way. After she saw you, she must have become interested in you and wanted to kill you, so there was a fight between you. However, she was not as strong as you and died at your hands. Do you know where you went wrong? Your mistake was that she wanted to kill you, so you just let her kill you. Why did you resist? Or even kill her? Do you know who she is? Do you know what the consequences of killing her are? The paralyzed man obviously didn't listen to Jinke's explanation and continued to talk on his own. Brother, I really don't know what you are talking about. If you don't have anything else to do, I'll leave first. Jinke looked at the paralyzed man and stepped back step by step. There was no way to reason with such a person. The best thing to do was to find a way to escape. I want to confirm whether you killed her. It's actually very simple. I will kill you and see if you have any of her relics. If you do, she must have died in your hands, and you won't be able to argue. The paralyzed man floated in the air 20 to 30 centimeters off the ground. His feet did not move, but he moved in the direction of Jinke. Damn, it can fly. I can't beat such a master. What should I do? Jinke quickly calculated in his mind, but it was meaningless to calculate. The gap in strength between the two sides was too big. The next moment, before Jinke could figure out how to escape, he received a prompt from the paralyzed man to force him to fight a soul war, and then he was forced to enter the battlefield of the gods. The battlefield of the gods opened, and Jinke sighed after checking the other party's soul life. The paralyzed man is more powerful than the evil woman, with 12 soul life points. This means that he is at least the 4th level of energy. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.